Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone. I'm so excited. Welcome to the first ever Killing Time with Cozies book club. I'm Tiffany. This is my channel, Beach Bum Bookworm. Hello, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, check out my channel. I talk about cozy mysteries and romances. And I have here with me.
I'm Ro from Cozy Reads Mystery, and I've been guesting with Tiffany every weekend, and it's been so much fun.
It has been so much fun. Just want to tell you, if you hear me kind of have ADHD and blurt out, we never get to see. I'm a huge hockey fan, like major. As a matter of fact, I had to wear my hockey shirt today because they're showing a Blues game here on Florida TV. So if every once in a while you hear me either say something not so nice or say something nice, you know what's happening. Just so you know.
Why did they have to choose the time of book club? That's so fun.
I know. We have it on mute. I'm just saying, like, I know myself and I will try not to, but there might be times where I know.
I'm sorry you have to miss it.
They never show. Yeah. So, all right. So, first, I guess we should, did we score? Oh my God. Sorry. So Sophia, hello. It's good to see you, Sophia. I saw you earlier at the interview. It's good to see you again. Susan, hello. Good to see you. Cheryl, hi. Storm, hello. Jessica, hello. Kimberly, hello. I don't know what you prefer, Kimberly or Kim. If you prefer one or the other, please let me know so I'm not calling you something you don't prefer. Nancy, hello, Nancy. Storm saying hello to everybody. Hi, Carrie. It's good to see you.
Hi, everyone.
Stephanie, it's good to see you.
Is she still going to join us in a bit? Or
Stephanie's joining us next month.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was for this one.
She's joining for the Nancy Coco book.
Awesome.
So, and for any of you, if you want to join us for any of our lives for, a period of time or the whole, you just let one of us know. Eventually, though, let me know because I would be the one sending you the link. But yeah, reach out to Ro, reach out to me. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, Storm stayed the whole time last time.
Yeah. So, A Dark and Stormy Murder.
Which I just finished at like 12:50, like 45 minutes before the live.
I saw that you posted that. I was busy because I only had a little time in between the interview and that, so I was like, and then the Blues game came on and I've been distracted by that. So yes. But I saw my phone dinged and I looked down and it was like, you said something about finishing at 45 minutes before the live. So, let's start first with our rating and then talk about it. What do you think? Think that's...
Yeah.
All right. I rated it in between a 3.5 and a 4. I'm kind of on the, maybe after the talk, I'll have a more solidified number.
So that's good for you. I gave it a 5. I loved it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, guys, what you rated. The 4 stars. I really liked it from Stephanie. Excellent.
I feel like reading it on ebook really let me connect to it because I tried for a little bit on audio. It was the same narrator as the Amanda Flower one. And I didn't get as sucked in as I did. I think I'm going to try to do all the book clubs on ebook because I just get absorbed more.
Gotcha. Cheryl. Oh, okay. Hold on. I skipped. Sorry. Okay. So, Kim said I loved it. I gave it a 4. Nancy said I gave it a 5. Cheryl said I gave it a 4.5. Nice. Jessica said 5 bottles of poison out of 5. I love it. I'm just checking Goodreads. I can't remember. Yeah, but she read this quite a while ago, right?
I think she said like a year ago or something.
Yeah, okay. And Storm said, I looked back on my old review and it says 4 stars. I really liked it. I read it in ebook form too. Oh, Sophia said 5 stars. All right. So lots of good reviews.
Yeah. So
And
it sounds like
3.5
nobody.
and 4 is a good review for
Yeah.
definitely for me. I think this is a different Susan. Hello, Susan. I think we have more than one, so I don't want to ignore you. Hello. Nice to see you. We were just kind of talking about what we rated the book, and then we would kind of jump into other parts.
Yeah, but it sounds like nobody disliked it.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody. So I think we had a much better pick for this than maybe some of our knockouts. Yeah. So that's good. That's good to hear.
I just remember hearing a lot of good things about it. So I was like, let's choose this one.
And I knew going into it that I would more than likely like it because one, I thought the premise was interesting, and I already knew her writing and knew I really, really enjoyed her writing because of the Undercover series.
Yeah.
Anita. Hello, Anita. It's good to see you.
But it had been a long time since I had read the Undercover series. So
it had been a long time for me too. Cheryl said, looking forward to continuing the series. I actually have read book 2. I read book 2. I finished it just a couple days ago because I'm going to be interviewing Julia on the 15th of May. 15th of May. Awesome. So I wanted to, and I've read the first Hungarian Tea. I gave that a 5.
Oh, wow. So you like that one even more.
I really, really liked it. It was so interesting. I mean, it was such a good book too, but the thing I really liked about it, and I don't want to go too into it, I'm just saying, was there was so much information about the Hungarian culture. It was so immense, immersive. It was just wonderful. It was really good. Cheryl said, I just read that. Sorry. I ordered the second book in the series before I even finished it. Yes, Jessica, I love it.
We've converted a cozy reader.
I know. I know. Susan said, I really like it. I gave it 4 stars. Susan H. So that was Susan G. Susan H. Wow, that's how alphabetically continue it. Yeah. Right. 4 stars. I also read it a long time ago. Gotcha. Nancy said, I will continue the series. Excellent. Yes, I've read the first 3 and love them. Nice. I am on book 4 in this series and need to catch up. Gotcha, Storm.
I wonder if it's ongoing or if it's done. I think it might be done.
I'm not. Okay, somebody, we don't have to talk about it right now, but I have no idea what this book spin is.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I watched part of Lizzie Faye's. She had a video.
Yeah.
I was still so off. I
know all about it, so I'll tell you after we discuss it.
Do you want to start with how you rate it, what you thought about the characters, or where do you want to start?
So first off, it started off really interesting. It grabbed me right in. The whole premise of her reading her favorite book, and then she gets a call from her friend, and she's like, I met this author, and she's like, no way, and she wants you to come. So it's like her dreams coming through, and just the writing immediately brought me in. I really liked all the characters. I really liked the writing. The writing was just beautiful. I think reading it, I got it better than listening. I would reread some sentences over because they were just beautifully written. I really like her writing. She has a way of drawing you in and making you feel like you're a part of the world and you're not just reading from a page. So I really like that.
Did you have any, did anybody think that for whatever reason, when her friend first called and said, I have this author that I, gave your stuff to, and now she wants you to, all that stuff. I thought that it was going to take a route where the author was going to be horrible to her in some sort of way. In my first initial thought was I just thought it was going to be some really eccentric, off the wall, really hard to, I don't know.
I did kind of think at the beginning that she idolized her, so maybe she would be disappointed in meeting her, or she'd be really reclusive and she wouldn't get to know her very well, or that she would find out that she's going to be a ghostwriter and writing completely for her, and that Camilla was just a front and she doesn't know how to write. I thought maybe that would. Yes. But I didn't get to think about it too much because I was just immediately drawn in. But yeah, I did think about it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I also was kind of hooked right into it. I thought the premise was also very, very, to me, just that the thought of like meeting your favorite author, someone you've idolized, like I can relate to that. So I was sucked, right into the story immediately.
But like not did it's just like your favorite author. Like she's been obsessed with her. Like she's read all her biographies. She's reread her books since she was a child. Like she knows her in and out. Like so that was like it's like it gave me like the Misery Stephen King vibes. Like she's obsessed with her.
Cheryl says, I absolutely agree, Ro. I think she's talking about the way it was written. Like I said, I knew that more than likely I was going to enjoy it because I knew how she wrote from her other series. And I am a fan of her writing style.
Yeah. I did think she could have gotten murdered. Yeah, I was worried that something would happen to Camilla at certain points.
Yes, I had that thought too. I had all three of those. I thought that she was going to be like a really horrible, unfortunately. Or I also thought that like maybe somebody else was constantly writing for her and this was just going to be some
Like
of that. And then I also thought maybe she would be murdered. When the victim, I was like, phew, because I honestly thought Camilla might.
Yeah. I liked that. So I love the personal life and mystery ratio. So it wasn't super heavy on the mystery. It focused on her personal life a lot. And then the fact that there was like 3 mysteries at one point really like helped draw you in. You didn't get bored with anything because the Martin person getting killed, that was kind of pushed to the back. Like that wasn't even the main thing they focused on. So thought that was cool.
I agree. Hope this series isn't over yet. Last book so far was from last year. Stephanie said, yes, her writing style is fantastic. I think that this is a great starter cozy because it toes the line of a cozy and mainstream mystery in the best way. Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely a good starter to recommend people because it's like part thriller, part, yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I would consider by any means a traditional cozy.
No.
I'm looking forward to following up on the disappearance of Sam's wife. Read book 2.
Yeah, and you said you didn't enjoy it as much, like without giving anything away.
Not as much. I think the thing it was still good. It really was. I think that the thing with book 1 that I enjoyed the most was the apprehension of her getting to meet Camilla.
Yeah.
And so, there was none of that anticipation and buildup because, of course, she's already met her now. So it wasn't. I still really enjoyed it. It was just that.
Yeah.
But Nancy, read book 2.
Yeah, because like you are like the whole time you're like, okay, like what's gonna happen with Camilla and Lena? Is okay? You listen to audio. Is it Lena or Lena?
Lena, yeah.
Yeah, because I think she said call her Lee at some point. So yeah, the apprehension between Lena and Camilla, and then Sam, you don't know what's up with him, and then the hidden passage and all this stuff. So there was a lot of like anticipation and not knowing what's going to happen. And now that that's like kind of wrapped up, and now you're focusing on a new thing, it's like a different take. Yeah.
Did you think that Sam was going to turn out to be like evil at some point?
No, I don't know why. I immediately liked Sam. Like my dog. Hey, my dog's playing with my cat. So from the scene where they're having breakfast, I was kind of like, maybe he's up to something when they're having breakfast in the diner. But then after that, I liked them immediately, and I knew he was a good guy. I don't know why. I never suspected that he was. There was at certain points where I'm like, oh no, I really hope it wasn't Sam. But I never like thought he was the killer, but I thought maybe there was something he was hiding. But I didn't ever think he killed his wife or anything. Yeah, I really liked Sam. And at the end when they get together, I was like really happy, and I wasn't like eye rolling and oh gosh, here's another one. Like I was actually happy for them to get together. Like I loved it. I didn't find it cringy or anything.
Yeah, no, I wanted them together. There were just some points where I was a little concerned that he might.
Yeah.
turn out to be a killer. I mean, his wife's been, gone and then especially when they found the blood in the apartment or whatever.
It was like leaking under the door and
I'm like, oh no. And yeah.
Yeah, and then he had like just went back to New York for 2 weeks.
And I didn't totally hate the detective in this.
No, I put that I really like Doug as a character.
Yeah, I did too. More than I normally do.
Yeah, as a cop, I liked him as a character, but I was hoping there wouldn't be a love interest like triangle thing. There was a little bit where he kissed her, but then that was before her and Sam ever kissed, and then she was like, "Well, if Sam wasn't around, I could have liked you." But I hope she doesn't do a love triangle. I don't think she will.
I don't think she's going to either. I the same.
But technically, Sam's still married, I think, right? I don't know, because they were in the process of getting divorced. So maybe yeah, and then maybe like the wife will like hold up so they can't be together. And he's trying to protect her now from the paparazzi. So he's like, let's keep it a secret.
Storm said this is the first cozy series where there is such an overreaching story arc between the books. Yes. Oh, it's so funny. We just talked about the Kim said the cop got on my nerve.
Oh, really?
Really? I mean, I can understand that, but I feel like he's better than most cops in cozies.
The only part that got on my nerves with him was how he was like, "Oh, don't trust Sam at all. He's not the guy you think is." But other than that, I thought he was a good character. They're always gonna do something to annoy you, but it's not like normal. It's like there's some cops in cozies like I literally can't stand when they're on the page, and I was enjoying his scenes. So, and then when she was gonna set her up at the dinner, I knew it was gonna be him, and I knew he was the guy that helped her with her cat at the beginning. Like I saw that coming.
Yep. Cheryl said, I never thought Sam was the murderer. Good. And I didn't, it wasn't anything he did. I was just like, oh no, is she going to make
him? Yeah, I was worried something was going to happen with him. Like I didn't know what, but I didn't ever think he was the killer.
I love Sam. I remember hoping he wasn't bad. Yeah, me too. Nancy said, I didn't like Sam in the beginning, but he really grew on me.
What I found interesting is that the first scene when she meets Sam, she talks about he's standing at the end of his driveway and he's all cranky. I pictured him as like some old dude. And then they're like at the diner and then she mentioned he's only like 35 or 45 or something. And I was like, oh, okay. I pictured him he's like some 60, 70-year-old old cranky dude. Like,
Yeah, because it wasn't even just that he was cranky. It was like he's a recluse and he's this and that. Like you just pictured this I pictured this like rugged wilderness old guy or something.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why is and then she's saying how she likes him. I'm like, okay, wait, I didn't realize he was younger. He's only like 10 or 15 years older than her, which is still older, and then he's like, oh, you might want to ask for my autograph. So at one point I thought he was another author or something in hiding.
I did too.
I didn't think that he was like a celebrity for like a missing wife case.
Yeah. Because other than the very first meeting, he was a very nice guy.
Yeah.
There was the one meeting where he seemed like, exactly how they described him. But then like the very next time they met, he was as sweet as can be in the diner and came out. And I was like.
And then he made her waffles and bought a waffle. Yeah, like it was really cute.
Yeah. So. Oh, I don't know. I still don't quite trust him. He seems too good to be true. Interesting, Jessica.
Could be.
Interesting. I can't remember anything. I should have reread it.
I recommend rereading it. Maybe you can listen to it on audio now that you have Hoopla because it's beautiful. Like, I really wish that. Well, I'm still doing Kindle Limited May. I might have time to read number 2, but like I really want to continue the series, and that normally doesn't happen. Yeah. Normally, like I'll take a break, but like I immediately I feel like I could binge read the whole series right now. But then if I lose the magic, I feel like it is the first, and this is like those first book magic. Like sometimes first books take a while to get off, but this one was like, to me, it was perfect. So I'm not let down with the other ones. So.
Yeah, I thought that for a first one, this was very good. Like I said, because I was immediately dragged in.
Yeah, immediately.
Sometimes I don't. Yeah, I mean that doesn't normally happen. I didn't like her friend pushing the cop. Yeah.
Oh, like Allison
Yes.
pushing
I
the
don't
cop
know
on her.
why, but she kind of bothered me at times.
She didn't. I feel like she's gonna be in the other book. She didn't get much play. I feel like, yeah. And what you saw of her, she was kind of like, you know. But yeah, they didn't show her much.
I never thought Sam was the killer, but can't explain why. Just a feeling. Gotcha. Nancy said, I liked the detective also, but I was pulling for Sam. Me too. See, that's the way I was. And at first, like Cozy said, I was like, oh no, don't do a love triangle.
Yeah.
Don't do a love triangle. Don't. But like immediately, like he kissed, she kind of said that. She said something like, well, maybe if Sam wasn't around. Like, so she automatically knew she liked Sam. And I was like,
But
oh,
she says that at the very ending to Doug. Like
at the very end of the book. Yeah.
Yeah. So Doug the cop kisses her in the office when they're like talking about some pictures, and then Sam kisses her. She immediately like backs off, doesn't say anything. And then Sam kisses her later, and then at the very end when they're at the party, she goes, I could have liked you if Sam wasn't around. So
but I don't feel like she ever portrayed like she liked him. You know,
that's what I liked, because I was like, it was refreshing, because it's not like she's like, oh, I really like Sam, but
exactly
he could be a bad guy, so I'll just go with Doug. Like, I was so happy that she stuck to her guns and didn't have a love triangle. And there was only a hint of it at the very end.
And I didn't even think that's what I'm saying is, although she didn't say that to him until later on, I didn't think she ever, even in her thought process, there was no like dialogue of, oh, would Doug be a better fit? Or they're both, you know, great. You never saw any of that, which I appreciated. I thought that was
Doug is the safer bet because I don't know Sam's truth. Like,
right.
Never doubted him.
I have to keep quiet or I could spoil. Oh, Storm.
Yeah, because she's read
la 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 la. I thought Doug was pushy.
Yeah, a little bit at certain times.
That might have been a cop thing too, partly, you know. I mean, I kind of felt sorry for the cop because he really liked her.
I didn't even get the sense that he really liked her until like almost towards the end. I don't know. I know like he liked her, but I felt like he was just being flirty. But
it kind of felt like, and I don't know why I interpreted this, but it kind of felt like, oh my God, there's a new woman in town. She's the only choice we have. So everybody.
And I think he was just jealous of Sam because he didn't like Sam. And then
most definitely.
So then like when he realizes Sam likes her, he starts to like her more type of thing.
Most definitely. That was the part, don't trust Sam, or part he tried to kiss her and she didn't want it.
Yeah, he kissed her when they were like looking at some pictures in the police department or something.
Yeah. Me too, Ro. I thought he was just a crank.
Old guy we thought he was an old guy at the beginning.
Yep. Sam really grew on me as the book went on. I agree. But like I said, I mean, really, other than the one instance, you didn't even really see that kind of like cranky recluse that they had all said, you know, you were.
No. So then when at first he was being nice. I'm like, wait, is he trying to hide something? But then as soon as they had the scene at his house with the waffles, I was like, oh, okay, he's a good guy.
Hi, I was running late, but I made it. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee and Dreaming in the Garden. What did you guys rate the book if you read it? We're just discussing it now.
Oh, I haven't got. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't see Dreaming in the. Hold on. Oh, so Cheryl says hi. Lee says hi to everybody. Jessica said, I like the triple mystery, Martin's murder, the mystery in the book, and Sam's mystery. Yes. I thought that, to me, the thing that I liked about it is because, so, you know, I interviewed VM Burns today, Valerie Burns, and her bookshop mystery is a mystery within a mystery, right? So her bookshop owner is a cozy mystery author. But there were times I felt in that series where it was very confusing.
Yeah.
To know that there had been a switch in the dialogue of whether it was the book or the book within the book.
Because it was just main page when it happened. Like it would just happen. Yeah.
I don't think that this was that way at all.
No, this was just a little bit. I was actually worried about that when they were talking about writing the book. I'm like, oh gosh, are we gonna have to? Because not that it wouldn't be good, but I don't like the whole story in a story thing. Just from what I've read. But they did have a little preview at the beginning of some chapters, which that was fine. I skipped a couple of them. But I liked when they talked about the story, about her revisions and her notes. It wasn't too much. It was just enough. So we didn't have to deal with two different books, perspectives.
Yeah, I thought it was done really, really well.
Oh, and then, there was another mystery, too. It was the switch in the wall, the extra room, and then the tunnel underneath the house. So there was like 4 mysteries.
Yeah. Yeah. The house in itself sounded amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, and her new friend that she met in town, Lane, I was really suspicious of her. Not the first time meeting her. I thought she was just like a mom. But then when she starts asking about the house and then she drives up really fast after the phone call to that one guy, I was like, oh shit, is she in on it? And they say they're in the clear because they were at a party, but I don't know. Her and her husband. Like, she's kind of shady to me.
Whenever somebody's too nice in a cozy, because everybody's nice and cozy.
It makes you suspicious.
When they're too nice, because I had the same thing in one of our knockout books where, Shannon from Cobbler to Death.
Me too. I was like, she's too nice.
I was like, she's too good to be true. For a while, I really thought she was in on it. And then she ended up, I think she's going to be like
her co-host.
She is. They talked about being co-host and whatever. But sometimes I thought the same thing that you thought. I didn't remember the name Lane that you said, but I also was like, oh, because when I just don't know, when they're too nice, it just always makes me.
Well, that's the thing. When you're an experienced cozy reader, you pick up on more stuff than just, a casual dabbler. So like I picked up on some stuff that other people probably wouldn't have. And then it just makes you look at everybody. Like you're like, I suspect everyone. If you suspect everyone, you're always right.
That's my sorry. Whew. That is my newest strat. I'm telling you, that's the perfect strategy. Hi, dreaming in the garden. So good to see you. Everybody says hello, hello, hello to dreaming in the garden. I liked that Julia went against the grain by having Lena go with Sam instead of Doug the cop.
Who's Julia?
Hold on. Okay. The author.
Camilla. Oh, Julia Buckley.
Yes, I was like the actual author.
I was like, who's Julia?
I like that Julia went against the grain by having Lena go with Sam instead of Doug the cop. Because, okay, got it.
Normally you see the main character go with the cop and then the good guy on the side gets left behind. And I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, I really hope she doesn't go with Doug.
And it's obvious. Like I said, I think that we've talked about this. I mean, I think that by always having that trope of the cop, of dating the cop or whatever, is so they can get information. But I agree, Cheryl. I like that that she went with.
She has her in with the cop because Doug likes Camilla and Doug likes Lena. And they're going to work on the case together, I guess, about Sam's wife. So she has it in that way. And I've seen that done before where the main character becomes friends with the cop. So then the cop kind of like feels friendly with them and lets them in. Yeah.
How did Camilla not know that Adam liked her?
I know. But I suspected Adam at some point because his name was Adam Rayburn. And as soon as they said Ray, I literally said, okay, Ray is Adam Rayburn. I said that from like, as soon as they mentioned his name again, his last name, it clicked in my head. And then they had the scene where at dinner where he confessed that he likes Camilla, basically. I knew that he liked Camilla, but I thought maybe he was trying to get on the house. Like I was really like I thought he was him for a long time.
I didn't.
And then I did suspect the son too. It was between him and the son because they never said his name. They just said the horrible son or whatever. But yeah. And then I don't know how I feel about Adam though. Like, I don't know if I like him.
So I never suspected him of murder, but I suspected him of wanting to get in on the house or having something to do with even maybe what was going on in the time. I mean, I suspected him of something, but not necessarily murder. more like him trying to get an advantage of Camilla or something like that.
Yeah. Did you pick up on the Ray in his last name too?
I don't think I did. I don't.
Maybe
Yeah,
because
I
hearing
mean,
it is different than seeing it. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe if I, like you said, if I would have actually read it, it would have
Because
been
as
a.
soon as I saw, they said his name was Adam Rayburn, but then as soon as I saw his, after they said Ray, and then I seen the name Rayburn, I was like, it clicked in my brain. But hearing it, yeah, you probably wouldn't think.
Oh, interestingly, I'm in the minority.
You have to tell us why.
That's what I was about to say. Tell us what you're thinking.
Because everybody has given it 3.5, 4, 5, like in here so far.
Unfortunately, I didn't get around to reading this one, but I'm looking forward to our next book. That's okay. We're glad that you joined us. I know that you're probably going to hear.
Yeah, I hope you still read this one even after we spoil it, because it's beautifully written. It really
was so good. Yes, it really, really, the writing style of this author she's top notch.
And then so you can continue the series. Yeah.
I just recently read the first book in the Hungarian series. I gave it 5 stars.
Her Undercover Dish series is amazing.
It's really good. 3 books in that series. I think we've both read all 3 of them. It's really good.
It was at least a few years ago that I finished the last book in that one.
The book in the book here didn't. I agree. Yeah. Storm, that's what I was saying. That's the point I was making too. Was
it was very mild.
I liked the V.M. Burns book. Don't get me wrong. I gave it like a 3 or I enjoyed it, but it just it wasn't even that I didn't like it. It was I thought it was confusing. Oh,
they get it.
It was confusing at points. Yeah. And I didn't feel like this one had that. And as much mysteries as she juggled in this one, I feel like that probably should bump it up to 4 alone.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't confuse me with all of those.
Because I've read cozies that are like, and this one wasn't even that long. And the fact that she fit so much in it, I've read ones that are like, almost 400 pages, like 11 hours on audiobook, kind of like the Penny Dreadful, where there's so much going on. And you're like, it feels like a couple books. This all felt like one book. She did it really well, mixing all the mysteries together.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I know. Yes. I think the house sounded amazing.
Oh, I know. I was like picturing up on the bluff overlooking the river.
I don't want the dogs, but I'll take the house.
Oh, Heathcliff and Rochester. Those are like those are classics, right? From
Jane
Austen. I don't know.
I worry about Lane. I think her husband is a bad guy.
That's what I said. I feel like there's something else with those two. And then I love what Cheryl says about Lane. That's funny. I don't know how far away we are.
Okay. It did have a guy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Which is what intrigued me too,
Yeah, I was picturing it. And the cover, now at the cover, you look at the house on the cover. Yeah.
Stephanie said, I agree. Lane bought diapers 2 days after she bought diapers. No mother goes to, ooh.
Yeah. And then when the person called her and she was there. So I feel like there's something, unless they just wanted to make you think that.
Oh, I like how Lena compares it to the house in Jane Eyre. I thought it just, even the cover, I don't know. Yeah. I love is blind. Can be. I thought exactly the same thing, Ro, about the Ray thing. We think alike.
Seeing his last name as Rayburn, yeah.
You ladies are early. Hi, Becky.
Hi. We do book clubs an hour earlier for Sophia, who's in England.
Yes. It's good to see you.
Yeah, we're discussing the book and what we rated it. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it.
I said I was in between a 3.5 and a 4, but I would know after the discussion. I've already kind of made it a 4 because of
how well
she said the skill.
Yeah, how well she mixed everything together.
Yeah. Everybody saying hi. I thought many of the characters were interested in what the mystery of the house was. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt it was kind of a little lackluster with the house mystery, but I'm also glad that it wasn't like the main focus too. And then I thought it was just the hidden room. And then when Doug's like, no, that doesn't make sense with the blah, blah, blah. And then the tunnel underneath, like, but then I also felt it was kind of weird that Camilla never knew about it before Lena got there. Like the dogs never knew. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was lackluster though. I guess I don't know. Because I didn't expect there to be all the tunnels and stuff.
They said a secret, and then so I thought it was something
Mhm.
more. Like I thought it was something more, and I thought it would be like I thought maybe she'd find like a hidden letter or something from her husband. I didn't know it'd be like the drug thing. I was like, oh whoa.
I was surprised by that too.
Yeah.
He said, truthfully, I think I should have read this and not listened to it. I may have had a different opinion.
Yeah. That narrator, I don't know why. I cannot connect to that narrator. I will not read any of the books she narrates. Sadly, I have to read all the Amanda Flower because just something about that narrator, I disconnect. And it's like I'm just hearing words. And I've never had that happen to me before. Normally I can, I'm fine either way. So that's a new for me. Because I've heard people say that a narrator makes them not like the book, and I never had that happen, but now it's happened.
Yeah, ironically, I don't think that they're fabulous like I think the Reese Bowen narrator is, but I don't think that they're horrible either. So,
Becky.
We're talking about A Dark and Stormy Murder by Julia Buckley.
And you're going to have to talk to her about Death in a Budapest Butterfly. You can have her come on, actually, if you want to.
Yes.
But then you'll spoil it don't spoil it for me. So maybe you'll have to talk to her privately.
Yeah. Well, but Becky, if you still want to hop on with us, let me know. But I've read Death in a Budapest Butterfly over the past couple of days. I gave it a 5. Hold on. Where's my hand? 5 stars.
And she's been saying, I need someone to talk to about that.
I loved it. I'll take the dogs. All right, Stephanie, I'll take the house. You take the dogs. We're good. Or we can share the house. There's enough room. You can,
the dogs. Oh my gosh, that town.
I'm pretty sure Stephanie's one of my doppelgangers and Sophia. So, people might think it's one person living there, even if we both live there.
I hope they explore the town more in the other books, because just a little glimpse of the town I loved. But she was talking about a library. We didn't see that. We just saw a little bit of a coffee place. We saw a little bit of a diner, and then the view up from the cliff.
Yeah.
But I hope they get more in the town a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't trust Lane and her husband either. Too good to be true and a cozy. I mean, they're always nice. It's when they're over the top that I'm like.
Did you suspect the store owners, the Bicks, at all? The ones that have that store that has it. Yeah. At first I was like, maybe it's Marge that does the post office at the Bic, but then I quickly didn't think it was her.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're in charge of everything at the store. Maybe they're doing like a drug thing or something. I did suspect a drug thing with the boat, but then I lost that until the end when they found the tunnel. And then I was like, oh, okay.
But I thought one of the things that if I would take off a point anywhere, and I don't think a point should be taken off for this, but I thought that once they introduced the horrible son, that it was a little obvious.
Yeah. Oh, so do you actually guess the killer in this one?
Only because of putting it they made him so evil that I was like, not because of any hints of me actually taking the hints and being like, oh, he's the killer. It was like I felt like that was the one thing, like I said, if there was a criticism.
Right. Well, yeah, I immediately suspect, I was like, okay, my first instinct was the son, just because they called him the horrible son. He didn't talk. The only thing they mentioned him, he was only there to make it convenient because they fixed the porch a little bit. He made a joke about Camilla and her writing about tea or something. Rich people writing about tea, about people drinking tea or something.
Yeah.
And then they mentioned him one other time. He's barely mentioned. So I'm like, okay, he's there for a reason. Or unless he's just there to throw you off. I immediately suspected him. And then I suspected Adam. And those were the two that I strongly suspected, throughout most of the book. So when they said, and as soon as they said Ray was the son, I'm like, yeah, okay. So yeah, but I think, well, let's hear about Jessica. Did you suspect him at all? Someone that's not used to reading cozies?
Oh, you're probably already gone, but bye, Kim. If you're still here, bye, but I'm sure you're probably gone. Nancy's saying hello. Yes, love the dogs too. Awesome. A dark and stormy murder. I didn't see the drug thing coming either. I did see the drug thing coming,
but not the tunnel.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Yeah, I
no.
thought could be a drug thing, but the tunnel thing, I had no idea. And then she said that they're making and packaging in the tunnel. That's the part I didn't see coming.
Miss Richard reads, I agree. I'd love to have the dogs.
It's interesting what Becky says.
That book, I gave it a 4, but seriously thought about giving it a 3 because of the love triangle.
So you thought it was a love triangle. We didn't think it was a love triangle. I thought that she liked Sam the whole time. I didn't know if she liked either one of them, but I didn't think she liked Doug. I thought Doug liked her a little bit towards the end because of Sam, but I didn't see it as a love triangle.
I didn't think
that was done great.
I didn't think she ever like kind of let on that she really liked Doug, even when he kissed her. And like I said, she didn't say till the very end, who is that hurt? Is that Ryan O'Reilly? Mm-hmm. Sorry, somebody on hockey got hurt. Our captain. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
All right. So sorry, I'm back in the game. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't feel like she ever really liked
she
Doug.
Didn't even play off that she liked Sam in her own when people had asked why she goes, I know he's a good guy.
Hold on, I'm going to just say, you keep talking. I'm going to send her the link real quick. So you keep chatting it up.
Okay. Yeah. So she was saying when other people would ask, why are you defending Sam? And she says, I know he's a good guy. I know he didn't do it. And I've read, keep in mind, I've read half this book in like the last 24 hours. So it's really fresh in my mind. I don't remember her ever really saying she liked Sam romantically in an inner monologue type of thing. It wasn't till the end when she saw him again and she was overwhelmed with her feelings, and then they ran and embraced and kissed. So to me, it was a whole friendship thing from both angles until towards the very end, where she even let on that she liked Sam like that. And then Doug didn't lead on that he liked her until he tried to kiss her, and then when he thought she liked Sam. So I felt that was a jealousy thing. But I love that they didn't push the romance down your throat. It wasn't from the very beginning where she's like, I like this guy, I like that guy. I thought she did it really well.
Becky, I just sent it to your email. So we'll see you pop on whenever but you should have just got it.
Yeah, no spoilers because I want to read that.
Storm said, yes, you can gush about the Budapest book, but no spoilers. It's coming up soon in my audio TBR. Got it. I didn't guess Ray so much. Interesting.
The son. Who did you guys think it was?
Yeah,
did you not have any suspicions? Did you just go along reading to find out, or were you suspicious of anyone? Or
barely mentioned, so should have been a tip off, but I suspected Adam the most.
So did I, yeah, because the Rayburn thing, I was like, okay, it's either these two, but I honestly thought Adam was like a ringleader. I didn't think necessarily he killed the person, but I thought he was in charge of like a drug operation, or he was trying to get at Camilla so that he could distract her from the house, because he's like, oh, meet me at the restaurant on Thursday. So like he could have someone go to the house type of thing. And then he's like, oh, you were supposed to come Thursday, when they came to the restaurant a day early. So I thought he was like a ringleader type of thing, but I always suspected him. And then the son I thought was like working for him. So.
Yes, I already said I didn't think Adam was the killer ever, but I thought he was involved.
Yeah, in
something. And I really thought he was involved in either, like you're saying, distracting her, or in some way taking advantage of Camilla so they could do whatever was going on. Oh, there's Becky. All right. Hello.
Hi,
girls.
How are you?
I'm fabulous. I've been out in the rain all day. How are you?
Oh, good. Is the rain helping the pollen?
No, it's making it worse.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know what it is. You think it would like knock it down and like, hold it to the ground, but no, it doesn't for some reason. It's because we have mutant pollen here in Georgia.
Oh, it's 66 here and cloudy. It's so nice. It's been like in the hot. It's been like almost 90, so it's so nice today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, 90%. So I'm excited.
Very nice.
Oh wow.
There we go.
I didn't like the horrible son and father, but didn't suspect them for the murder. I thought they had something to do with the house mystery, being the handyman around the house. Makes sense, especially because they were the handyman. I don't know. As soon as she called them the horrible son, I was like,
he's there for. But then authors have done that where they'll throw somebody in as like a side, like, oh, let's make them focus on this person, and then they have nothing to do with it.
Bless it.
So Becky, you felt like it was a love triangle?
Oh yeah.
Stop it.
Okay.
I think I was probably reading it with my heart. But well, they introduced it was Doug, right? Doug was the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, it's been a minute since I've read it. They introduced him very, very early on, and there was obvious attraction there, even though they didn't voice it to themselves.
Yeah, he helped rescue her cat from the car. Was a very thing. Yeah.
And then he keeps appearing throughout the book just because he's the cop.
Yeah.
So I totally saw it as a building up to a relationship, but I was on Team Doug from the beginning.
Oh.
And I was like, no, Sam, not Sam. He has no personality.
But he did. He had a redeeming arc. He made her breakfast. He was really sweet. Did you think he was being shady? Do you think he was trying to get on her good side type of thing?
No, I just thought he was kind of a jerk.
Oh.
I loved Sam. I like Doug too, though, as a character, but not as a love interest. I really liked Doug as a cop.
Doug didn't do it for me. Or Sam didn't do it for me.
And that's funny because Sam is the first guy that I'm like actually normally I don't care about the relationship, but Sam's like the first one in a long time where I'm like happy about it.
Yeah, well, I'm like 4 books into the series.
Oh yeah, so don't spoil it.
Yeah, so I'm not going to spoil it, but the relationship is talked about more between her and Doug and Sam. And maybe
I figured it would be. Yeah. So I hope it doesn't disappoint me that way. Book. Oh, it's so beautifully written. So beautiful.
Yeah, I love the character of Lena. She's a fantastic character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked, one of the things I liked about Lena was she stuck to her guns about Sam. She didn't think she thought he was, a good guy from the beginning. And even when the evidence mounted against him, she still was like, I know he didn't do it. I'm like, you've known the guy 2 days. Maybe be a little more cautious.
Yeah, that was the blood seeping under the doorway. Yes! And it was tested to be his wife's, and she's still like, oh, I don't think it was him.
I know. And what I'm saying is I appreciate the fact that she stood her ground, but at the same time, I'm like,
she should have been a little more.
If you've known the man since high school, okay. I don't know. I just was like, but you've known him a day.
He made you waffles, but you should be a little cautious.
But, maybe like him at the diner in public. How about that?
Yeah. we are not a Disney princess.
Right, exactly. But I did like her convictions because she never once, even like when it was very obvious that they wanted you to suspect him and everybody else did, because I even did when the blood happened. I was like,
I was like, oh, don't do this to me, Sam.
I know. Yeah. Yes.
And then I love her relationship with Camilla. I felt like that was done good. But I could have, like you were saying, how you kind of felt like Camilla was going to be a little mean or not like her idol that she expected. I kind of wish there was a little, like Camilla was just nice from the beginning. I kind of wish there was a little more tension, but then I don't know. And then at the end when she gives her a signed copy of her first edition book, and I was like tearing up. I was like, oh, she's like, you're the child I never had.
Yeah. I was like, wow, they really bonded. Yeah. Yeah,
I actually really, really liked the fact that Camilla was nice from the beginning. It was kind of a change of pace when you think about it. Usually when that situation arises in any books, you expect her to be Cruella de Vil.
And that's what I said, Becky, that I expected it. As soon as, the friend called and said, your idol and this, that, and I was like, oh, she's going to meet her and it's going to be terrible, awful. Right? Yeah. She's going to be hideous and all these things. And I agree.
She's super nice. They have a chef that cooks every meal. She's paying her $5,000 a month. She's staying in his house. Yeah. I was like,
that whole scene was cracking me up because I really was like, what is she going to pay her? Because she kept like holding it up. She's like, I'm either going to be living in, a cardboard box or whatever. And then she opens the check and, she's like, oh my God. And then I'm like, tell us.
And then she said $2,500 every 2 weeks. So I was like,
nice.
Yeah. And she's living in that house. And how do you guys say the cat's name? I think it was a Sherlock Holmes character. It's like Lestrade or Lestrade or
it's Lestrade.
Lestrade.
Detective Lestrade. Yeah.
I liked her cat. And the cat like immediately bonded with the dogs. And it was like laying on its stomach. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that was something.
Yeah, Heathcliff and Rochester.
Maybe that's why I didn't. Maybe that's what bothered me about Allison was like she called the cat like.
Yeah, big nasty or something like that.
Yeah, big nasty and like it like didn't said like even before I don't know. So maybe that's where I get that I didn't care for her as much because you're right, she wasn't in there a whole lot.
Yeah, but without spoiling it, is she in the other books, Becky?
Who?
The best friend more, Allison?
She's there. She's not a huge presence, sort of like in this book, but she's there, yeah.
Okay, but she's still not I thought she would become a bigger presence, you would think. I'm
trying to remember. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to refresh. That's all there is to it. I'm going to have to refresh myself, but I don't think she plays a really, really big role in the.
Sorry for cutting you off, Tiffany.
No.
Okay,
you're good. Okay. No, absolutely fine. I didn't feel like it was a love triangle either. Me too, Ro. He seemed suspicious to me. I'm not sure who we're talking about, but
Adam maybe.
Probably Adam. Yep. I remember suspecting Adam. It's slowly coming back to me. Me too. Again, I did. Susan G said, I didn't have a clue who did it. That's normally me, Susan. I mean, honest to gosh, that's normally me. I only had an inkling this time because she made that son so horrible. That's the only reason. She referred to him as the horrible son. So that's the only reason because I never figure out who's done it. Ever. Becky, hope you didn't have any bad storms.
No, we sure didn't. We had a great downpour this morning. They had tornadoes in South Georgia.
Oh wow.
But we're like 4 or 5 hours north of there. So no, we didn't have any bad storms at all. We're actually hoping for some thunderstorms tonight. That'd be awesome.
Just nice, relaxing storms. I know. I hope it rains.
It's good sleeping weather.
Adam, that's because it'll cool it down. Well, normally it would. It'll cool it down a little, won't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, because I'm in Florida, so normally, like when I lived in Illinois, rain cooled it down. But in Florida, it'll cool it down for the 10 minutes it rains, and then will be back to 95 degrees at 9:30 at night. It's just ridiculous.
With 120% humidity. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Becky.
See, at least in California, we get super duper hot, but we don't have that high of humidity, and it cools down in the evening.
No. You can walk out the door during the summer at midnight and it'll still be like you're standing in the bright sunlight at 2 p.m. No joke.
Yeah. Once June and July rolls around, you can walk outside at about 10 o'clock p.m. and it'll still be 82 degrees.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
The low humidity is like 52%.
Yeah, I guess I won't complain about California heat anymore then.
Adam, because he was always showing up asking questions. Yeah,
I'm curious to see how Adam does in the other books.
But I still didn't understand how Camilla missed. She's like, he likes me? And I'm like, really?
Well, just like how we thought Sam was an older guy at first, I thought Adam was a younger guy at first. I didn't know that he was friends with Camilla's husband until she said that later, unless she said that I missed it. Yeah, I thought Sam was or Adam was like a younger guy, like that she just met from the restaurant and that would help and come around the house. And then so I didn't really pick up on that he was an old friend of hers. So yeah, how did she not know?
I loved Adam.
No.
Okay, so he probably shows up. He probably shows up in more books then, because in number one,
he's a pretty regular character. He's so cute. Oh my God, him and Camilla are adorable.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Just adorable.
Yes.
And I talked that her not knowing that he liked her to her being a writer.
Yeah.
And just being ensconced in her world at all times.
Yeah.
And just not realizing when people are interested in her, that kind of thing. It was so cute.
Yeah, could be. That's a good point. Stephanie said, I'm sorry, but I have to run. You're probably already gone, but bye, Stephanie. Great discussion. And I'm excited to join you next month. That'll be a blast.
I don't know if you've seen our announcement. We're reading Death Becomes Her by Nancy Coco. Have you read that one? It's about a honeycomb organ. It's new.
What's it called?
Death, B-E-E, Comes Her.
I've got that one. I haven't read it yet.
Really? It just came out. It just came out recently.
Okay. Maybe I don't have that one. I've got one that says that has B in the cover.
You might have it because it was a Barnes & Noble exclusive for a year. So if you picked it up at Barnes & Noble before, but it just got released everywhere in January, but it's been out since like December 2019 or something crazy like that at Barnes & Noble. But yeah,
I think I have it.
It's on Kindle Unlimited right now.
It's also on Hoopla.
And it's on Hoopla Audio if you don't have it. Yeah.
Yep.
I can look. No, I don't have Hoopla. We have Libby. We have Kindle Unlimited.
I bought the Miami-Dade card for $65. I get 20 Hoopla credits, so they'll let you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I emailed them and I was like, can I get a card if I live in California? And they're like, give me your name, number, address, blah, blah, blah. And I gave it to them. They're like, okay, I'm going to charge your account $65 on a fine. As soon as you pay off your fine, you'll get access. And I did that. It was like super easy. I was like, okay. So you can get it if you want.
I'm pretty sure like almost, and I'm not kidding, around like 30, 40 people have done it now, just that I talked to on different sites. I'm like, I need to call Miami-Dade and be like, hey, have you had an influx in non-resident cards? Yeah, that would be me. Give me mine for free for a year.
Can I get a free year?
But I'm just joking. Like, I need a referral code because don't you think they're wondering like all of a sudden why they have like this total, because Gisela bought it a couple days ago. So I'm pretty sure there's around like, no, I mean, I've seen like a lot of people have bought it.
And I bet if it wasn't Hoopla and it was just Libby, you'd be pissed because you'd be like, everybody's checking out my cozies. I know. Their Libby sucks, surprisingly. I thought it'd be good, but they don't have that good of a selection on their Libby. But the Hoopla, you get 20 credits. That makes up for it. That pays for it right there.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was on Team Sam. Me too. Team Sam. I know that.
I was in the minority on Team Doug.
Oh, you were Team Doug from book one?
From book one, I was Team Doug. After book one, it changed.
Okay.
I don't know. I just didn't warm up to
Sam right away.
The first book.
Yeah.
At all. And I think it's just because I was on Team Doug.
And I think because he was still technically married, which you don't like, even though his wife was missing. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's exactly the way it is, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came to like him a lot more after the first book.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Keeps getting dark in here.
Oh, it doesn't look to be dark.
Well, Link just walked in and pushed the door open, so I've got weird light coming in from that room.
Oh,
I feel like I know. I feel like we need to slowly read this series together and then discuss it all because, like, I want to read it, but now I got to do Kindle Unlimited, Mary.
Me too, Nancy. Team Sam. I felt like Sam was totally being set up with the blood under the door. Yeah. Yeah. I did not. I totally thought that they were going to do that. And I thought it was so that she could be with Doug. That's kind of where I saw it going. Because I thought, they just need a way to, I don't know.
I was scared they were setting him up. And I did kind of think Doug might have been behind it for a second. But then I stopped thinking that. I was like, maybe Doug.
Well, probably because he really wanted him to be involved.
Yeah, he was like, don't trust him, blah, blah, blah.
Well, because he was so like adamant about, you shouldn't trust him and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I mean, I get being cautious of him and I agree with that, but it just felt like, I could see where you thought that.
I think that was actually another reason I was convinced that Sam really, really liked her. And maybe the feeling was slightly mutual, is because he took such an interest in her well-being.
Yeah. Above
and beyond just a regular old cop person she might know from one day before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tiffany was saying, it's like, new girl in town, like the only like available girl. It's a small town.
It just kind of felt like that since there was.
And then you read book 2.
Start popping out of the woodwork.
Yeah, you read book 2, so I'm curious like about the blood thing because it's like they had to set it up. The wife is in on something shady. I'm really curious to read book 2 and see what that's all about.
Did I miss a comment? Because there was a really interesting comment from Jessica. She said, I thought it was Sam's wife.
Oh, I did
I think I
suspect
missed
for a
that. I think I missed.
second.
I mean, I read it to myself, but I'm sorry, Jessica, if I did. I think I missed saying it out loud. I thought that was super interesting take on it.
You
And
know
she
what?
doesn't read a lot of cozies,
thought.
but I never once went there.
You know what I thought for a split second, but I'm like, wait, it's not possible. When she talked about a picture, she was looking at the picture of Sam's wife with no makeup on, and then she was like, "Oh, I saw the picture," and she's like, "I've seen that in town." I thought it was Lane for a second, but I'm like, it can't be. She has 2 kids, unless she was like hiding a whole double life, and that was like that was the husband was her secret lover that she had when she was still with Sam, but that was like, oh, the kid part doesn't work. But I did think that the wife was hiding in town, but I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Sorry if you heard that. Did anybody? Okay, if you didn't,
she's watching her hockey game in the background.
And my husband just said something he should not have.
Oh, you guys don't have another TV for him to go watch it?
Nope.
Oh, poor guy.
We're still watching it. We're just watching it on mute, but we're on a power play, and so I'm just Team Sam, yes. Carrie said Camilla is a fantastic character. She has such a unique way of phrasing things.
Yeah.
And I think that's just Julia Buckley's talented at writing.
It made me want to read one of Camilla's books the way that Lena liked them so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I actually, one of the things I really, really liked that really stuck with me was when Camilla asked Lena who her favorite character was.
Yeah, that's towards the very beginning for her to get the job. Yeah.
Yes, I thought that was a really, really fun scene.
And she's like, the child, and she's like, okay, yep. You're hired.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the child that she lost, and she writes them in every book in a different form. I'm like, oh.
Yes, and I thought that the way that I interpreted that when she said the child, when Camilla asked her about who's your favorite character, like Becky was saying, and she said the child automatically, I felt like maybe Camilla gets a different, more like other answers all the time, and nobody kind of says the child, and it was like, oh, you're the fit because you're the person I've been waiting for. I don't know. I just felt like I just really liked that too. I thought that was a really special moment because I mean,
it was almost like some magic happened.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then at the end,
fun.
Yeah. And then at the end, when she was like, I want to show you something, and she had her name on the cover, I thought she was going to say, okay, I'm retiring and I want you to take over. But she didn't do that. But I was like, oh, when she put her on, she goes, we're going to work together. And that was,
that was a baby step, but still a really important step.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially for someone like Lena.
Yeah, and she goes, you're a writer, so this will help put your name in the scene. Like, that was really sweet that she did. That'd be like putting, Stephen King, putting your name on Stephen King book, because he's like, that's what I got to imagine that, because she's like supposed to be this really prolific, well-known writer, and she's letting someone else on it. Yeah.
I agree.
I kind of likened her to like Nora Roberts.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being that level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's talking about Allison. I don't think she has a huge presence in the book. Oh, well, of course she has, but Allison is a bit more in book 3, if I remember right.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out more about her.
Yeah, she was in book 2, but I don't think it was any more than this one.
It's just funny because that's like Allison is the one that got her to the town, so it's funny.
Yeah. It's like a sonnet at times in Florida. It really is. It really is.
Georgia.
Yeah. So absolutely, Becky. I didn't suspect Adam. I always suspected that he was showing up because he liked Camilla. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I didn't. I don't think I actually suspected him at all. He never occurred to me.
Did you know that he liked Camilla right away?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I was absolutely certain of. Have you ever seen the movie Bed Knobs and Broomsticks?
Oh yeah. Yes.
It's an old Disney movie. It has Jodie Foster in it when she was like 14 or 15 years old.
Oh wow.
Angela Lansbury's in it.
Oh wow.
Oh wait. No, I'm thinking of the wrong book. I'm sorry. The wrong movie. It was Candle Shoe.
Wow.
It was what?
Candle Shoe.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay, that was a old Jodie Foster movie. But it's about this old woman. She's like an old duchess, she's a widow, has lived in this house for her entire married life, and she takes orphan children in and helps raise them. And she has this butler who bends over backwards for her, and he's absolutely head over heels in love with her, has always been. And that is absolutely who I imagined when I was watching this movie, or when I was reading this book. If you get a chance, watch Candle Shoe on Disney. It is a great movie. It's so good.
I've never even heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, where he's like, "Oh, I had leftover flowers from the restaurant. They're all wrapped up and nice." Yeah.
Yeah.
Candle Shoe is sort of along the lines of like Escape from Witch Mountain and movies like that.
Okay.
I'm dating myself a little bit.
I've seen the old one of the Witch Mountain with my dad.
Yeah.
You're not there. You're only 38, 39, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm 30. I'm 33. You're 6 years older than me. You're not that much older than me.
Still,
people think I'm younger than I am. I'm like, no,
for sure.
I feel like I like a lot of stuff that I talk about. People have no clue what I'm talking about, but we're all around the same age, and everybody watching.
Mm-hmm.
Can you type in the chat the name so I get the spelling right? I don't know if you're talking about next month's book, but that's what I'm gonna write in. Death Becomes Her,
which always makes me think of the movie. Have you seen the movie Death Becomes Her? With Susan, have you seen it, Becky?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie. It always makes me think of the Death Becomes Her. I was like, oh my gosh.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I love it. It's on HBO Max. So I want to watch it again.
I'm trying to remember the actresses in it. And I cannot.
Shelley Long.
Shelley Long and
Meryl Streep. No, Meryl Streep and
it's Shelley Long, but I don't remember.
Goldie Hawn.
Shelley Long is one of the main characters, right?
And Death Becomes Her? No.
It was Shelley Long. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it was Shelley Long and Meryl Streep. No.
Me too.
It's Goldie Hawn's in there.
I'm
gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it on IMDb.
I don't think so, Cozy.
You could be right.
Because now I'm confused. I know Meryl Streep is in there.
I'm almost positive it's Shelley Long.
She might. Goldie Hawn is Helen Sharp, and Meryl Streep is Madeline. Dr. Ernest is Bruce Willis.
It's Goldie Hawn?
Yeah, let me find a picture of them all together.
I am so confused.
I was sure it was Shelley Long.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, if you find the picture, Goldie Hawn has her red hair.
Yeah.
It really looks like, hold on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's hard to tell it's even her.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, Cozy, you are 100% right.
Yeah, because I
was up and down thinking it was Shelley Long because of the red hair.
Yeah, it hadn't been that long since I watched it, so I'm like, really? I was like, I don't remember.
Oh my God, I need to watch it again. Now I had no idea it was Goldie Hawn. I love her.
Because Shelley Long was in Troop Beverly Hills with red hair, right? So that's probably why you were thinking.
Yes. And Cheers.
Right at the same time too. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love Troop Beverly Hills. I love that movie.
It's been a long time since I watched that one. Okay, we're way behind on the comments.
Okay, I'm going. I'm going to get the Miami-Dade card. Hey, mention me.
Yeah, you seriously need a referral link at this point.
I'm serious. Maybe they'll contact me because they have to be wondering why all these people from different states are contacting them.
They better not change their 20-a-month rule.
Yeah. Jessica was on Team Doug. I was waiting for Becky to I got an Orange County Library membership. I'm so happy with it. Well worth the money. How many hoopla do you get for Orange County?
She says she gets 10, but I think it's because she's out of country. She probably couldn't get the other one. So
Gotcha.
Well, she's
That's
just lucky.
still a good number.
Yeah, she had to say that because they don't have the Hoopla app in the UK, so she had to say that her email address was the US. That's funny.
Oh, that's funny. Someone is trying to set Sam up. We just don't know who it is yet.
Yeah.
I've read book 2, so read it.
And then Tiffany knows who it is too.
Read it.
I'm surprised you're doing so good, Becky, because if I've read like the first 4 books, I'd be so confused on what happened in book 1.
It stuck with me. That book really stuck with me. It's a very good book. I'm going to start the I think it's a haunted home renovation series. For her really soon. I can't wait.
Oh, by
Julia, not Julia Buckley. That's Julia Blackwell is haunted home renovation.
I thought Julia Buckley did one.
Julia Buckley does the Undercover Dish, the Hungarian, and the Writer's Apprentice. That's all I know of for sure. I'll look.
But there is a Haunted Mansion one that I really want to read, restoration. So you'll have to let me know what you think of it.
For a fact it's Juliet Blackwell because I was just doing my cozy mystery author pen names video last night. I got to edit in all the screens. But yeah, Juliet Blackwell.
Absolutely right.
I have it written down right here. That's funny.
That is funny. I actually have the first 2 books in the living room, so I guess it was just the initials.
Yeah, haunted.
Yep.
Oh, JB, yeah, haunted home renovation. I have it right there.
You'll have to let me know what you think of that, and how much of the haunted there is, because I really want to read it. But
I'm always apprehensive. I'm always apprehensive to read the home renovation ones for some reason. Like, there's someone else Kate Carlisle has one, just because I feel like there'd be a lot of detail about carpentry and stuff. But I don't know. I might be into it.
Now the ones by Kate Carlisle, they're the I can't remember what they're called, the Fixer Upper series.
Yeah,
they're actually pretty good. She fixes up primarily like Victorian houses. So as she's working on the things that she's working on in the book, she's explaining what's happening and explaining why these things are the way they are, why there's gingerbread cutouts on the eaves, and
so it's interesting because it's more like vintage stuff.
It's educational.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot.
And I love, we've talked about that. I love learning stuff from cozies. I just don't know if that'd be a topic I'm into. I might be. I used to watch like This Old House with my dad and stuff with Bob Vila. So like maybe I'd like
she doesn't lose you at all.
Okay.
When you're reading them, she keeps it simple and easy to understand.
Yeah.
They're good books. I don't like them as much as the bibliophile books, but there's not many I do.
And then if you throw in a haunted home renovation, that sounds more interesting to me.
Right? Throw in a ghost and I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're bringing Tiffany over slowly.
I thought that Sam's wife killed Martin to try and frame Sam. I never went there at all. That's interesting.
I did suspect that Sam's wife faked her own disappearance and was trying to set him up with the blood and stuff. And I did think she might have been in town a little bit, but I didn't think that she was the killer.
Yeah, as the more I think about it, the more I realize this was an emotional roller coaster for me. I think at one point I did think that his wife had something to do with it. But then it sort of went away well before halfway through the book, because it didn't make any sense. It just didn't logically, it didn't make any sense that she could be doing these things.
Mm-hmm. I'd get little inklings.
He was around.
Yeah, I'd get little inklings in my brain, but then they'd swiftly go away quickly. Like I would, because I'm like trying to suspect everyone, so I'd get like little oh.
Yep. It was about Camilla losing the baby. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Cheryl says, "I remember Candle Shoe."
A good movie, and it's a very, very sweet movie. Very sweet. So yeah, watch it if you haven't seen it. It's an enriching experience.
Let's. You guys are all young. Well, Cheryl, you are young too.
We're too kind.
Goldie Hawn. You knew it was Goldie Hawn. I do remember Goldie Hawn. Okay.
It's just because she wasn't blonde, it probably threw you off. But then
that has to be it.
But then I feel like she did become blonde. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I'm not young either, Cheryl. Nancy said. I think I'm the oldest one here.
Mm-hmm.
The haunted renovation mysteries are really good. I've enjoyed the first two. Awesome, Sophia.
Good to know.
Yeah,
I know I've had it on my TBR forever, but almost everything is on my TBR. Unless it's something that doesn't sound like a cozy I would like. It goes on my TBR.
Same. And I've come to the point where I don't even read synopsis anymore because a lot of times they're spoilers. Like they'll tell you who was killed. So I just say like, oh, has haunted home renovation. Okay, I'll add it to TBR. Like I just look at what the title is.
Or the cover.
Yeah, or the cover. Like I don't even read synopsis half the time anymore.
You see the thing, if it doesn't have something that's like obviously right up my alley, like if it doesn't say something like the vampire who murdered somebody or the ghost who haunted me, I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to read this to see if I actually want to read it.
There was one that surprised me recently when I was reading first the synopsis of the first book what it was about. I'm trying to find it.
I also read the first book, Sophia's Sucking. Did you like it too, Cheryl? The haunted renovation? I kind of think of that Sam's wife got herself into something she just can't get out of. Cheryl, I can't. Yeah. Interesting thought.
Good, I think.
Hello, Cheryl Gilmore.
Hi,
she
Cheryl.
says, hi, I just got back from the library. Oh,
Did you get anything good, Cheryl?
Yeah, let us know what you checked out.
Oh, okay. This one, A Wee Murder in My Shop is the first book. It's a Scott shop mystery by Fran Stewart. It's been on my TBR forever, right? Well, when I was reading the synopsis, apparently there's a ghost in it. So there's a ghost of a Scotsman. So like, I was like, what? Because like, the cover gives nothing away. And the title, it just says Scott shop, So I'm like, oh, it's about a Scottish like shop, that sells Scottish goods. And then there's a ghost. I'm like, okay.
I actually read that book. It's
oh,
good.
did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
Yeah, what did you rate it? Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember what you rated it?
If I remember correctly, I gave it a good solid 4.
Okay.
Good.
That's awesome. That's a good read.
The trilogy's on Hoopla, so I was like, I'll look through. I've been looking because I have my next pick in July, so I was just going through books, finding what I want to read, and I was like, oh, we'll read the synopsis of this one because it's been on my TBR and it's on Hoopla, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, whoa, there's a ghost, and I was like, so I won't recommend that one because of Tiffany, but you should try it then.
So Cheryl, is there a certain kind of animal you look for? Do you look for dogs over cats, or cats over dogs? But raccoons. I tend to look for dogs over cats because I'm not a cat person because I cannot have cats.
Yeah, but do you like reading about them or no?
To be honest, they don't blow my skirt up. And again, it's because I'm not a cat person because I've never had a cat. I've never been around cats. All I know about cats is what other people tell me. So they don't do it for me because I don't have any experience whatsoever with cats.
Well, yeah, but like when I was, okay, well, I was gonna say for
a person who has a cat, they'll be reading and like, oh, that's my cat does that.
Yeah,
that's why I always figured it would be like. So I'm going through like shelves and shelves of cozy mysteries, and they're all cats.
Yeah,
there is a lot of dogs though. You just gotta find them.
Yeah, I do feel like there's more cats though. For sure. Cheryl, tell us what cozies you got, please. Got cozies. That's exciting. Are you guys checking out books? I'm not checking out physical books from the library. Of course, I'm only doing audio right now, but I don't know. I think I might still be leery of doing something like that, but that's me. And only because, again, sometimes I have autoimmune issues, so I have to be kind of super careful too with.
My local library sucks on cozies. Like, so now I have the Miami library for Hoopla, but my main library is like over an hour away from me, so I just do all ebooks and digital. So
yeah,
I did like
for
the
me,
Haunted.
I'm 100% ebooks digital or buying them from a bookstore. I don't go to libraries. I don't go to libraries much because I have a true phobia of libraries.
And inanimate objects.
The shelves are this far apart.
Yeah.
They're 14 feet tall. One wrong move and they'll fall on you. You walk around the corner, there'll be a monster.
You don't feel like that? I'm just asking. You don't feel like that in a bookstore, though?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Never
I just wondered. I don't.
It's the weirdest thing. It drives Scott to distraction.
Even the ones that you guys go to, like you mentioned Second and Charles, and I imagine it's like some big bookstore, and that doesn't creep you out either.
No, not at all. You have to think about it. At Second and Charles, the aisles are very, very far apart because they expect people to be going through with carts.
Oh, they have carts? Wow.
And things like that.
You have to try to film inside of there for us sometime.
Yeah, because it's hard to picture a bookstore with like big shopping carts. That's like not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, at Second and Charles, they have true buggies. You push through the aisles.
Try to sneak some footage for us sometime.
Yeah, at the library, invariably every library I've ever been in, the stacks are like 2 feet apart.
Yeah,
and the thought of walking down them just. Yeah,
I don't like bending down and looking for the book and like all that stuff just because I have a bad back. So it's like if it's not eye level with me, I don't want to look for it.
But do you feel like that at a bookstore too?
I liked bookstores, but I don't know. Like I pretty much always ordered online when I read physical books. I never really went because I'd always have to go out of town. So if I went out of town, I'd be like, "Hey, Dad, can we stop at Barnes and Noble?" And I enjoyed that. But I never went to like any little indie, like crowded bookstores or anything. So,
ooh, Cheryl, which series are we talking about with Juliet Blackwell? I'm here for it.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
I have it written down.
Oh yeah, she has the Witchcraft. Is that what it is?
Hers is Witchcraft, WITCH craft, and then there is another series called Wishcraft that's by a different author.
Maybe Heather Blake.
Yeah, Heather Blake. Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah,
they sound just really close together.
And the Juliet Blackwell Witchcraft series, I read the first 2. They're pretty dark. There's like talks about demons, and her familiar is a pig. That's really cute. But like, they're good, but they're a little dark for cozies on some of the stuff.
I was reading something about that the other day on the internet. How somebody was talking about witches familiars are always something nice and fluffy and cute. We just want a full-blown 400-pound pig.
Yeah, I forget if he's a little pig. I think it's a potbelly pig, but I forget if he's big or little.
I love it.
I don't know if I can handle the demons, though. It just depends.
Yeah, I don't remember how dark it is, but I remember it's a little creepy for me. So.
Oh well, then
it might be for you.
Gotcha. I love the.
I'm going to jump on them face first.
Yeah, they're on audio. They're on audio too.
Yeah, you would love them, Becky. I just get too scared. It's not even that I don't like it; it's that I like sleep.
Yeah.
And I like sleep that's not filled with terror. So I'm just like, yeah. I love the wee Scott Shop ones, which there was more than 3.
Good. The Fran Stewart one. So she liked those.
I read that synopsis for some spotlight that I did, and the ghost, like you said, there's a ghost, but it's a Scott, and it's a man, and like he comes back because the first book she goes over and I just thought that sounded
like how I wish Evelyn would have followed her to her house. Like she just stays at the library, so the Scotsman's following her. Yeah.
Cheryl said, "No, I don't have a preference. I just love animals."
Right.
As Cheryl, I'm working on. Yes. She talked about this last night. She's thinking about writing a cozy about a falconry who teaches birds for movies, right? I think
the main character like trains birds for movies and stuff,
which is an incredibly interesting.
And now she's saying it involves a goldfish. I like that. A pet goldfish.
Who writes it? If you're talking about that series, Cheryl, Jessica's in the midst of thinking about writing it. Or if you're talking about another series, I do not know.
The Scots one is Fran Stewart.
Okay.
And the witch one is Juliet Blackwell. I don't know.
Can we get it out of our... Okay. Sorry. Hockey. Yes, but that's because I work in a library. Oh, talking about checking out the books. Gotcha. I gravitate towards cozies about books, cats, and culinary themes. Yes, Susan B. Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I tend to gravitate more towards the paranormal.
Yeah. I've been liking more and more paranormal than I thought for sure more than I thought I would. I do like cat cozies, but I prefer dogs, like you were saying, Becky. I've always had dogs. That's the only reason.
Yeah. I don't think I ever read like a cat focused cozy.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. I have a multitude of cat cozies up here.
Yeah, they're all on my TBR.
But I mean, right here in front of me, it's got cats. You see?
That book is good. That book is good. I've read Heather Blackmore, right? Or Stephanie Blackmore.
Yes.
I've read all of them except the last one. It's good.
Yes, I've read this. It's very good. Sorry, I had to think about it. But yeah, I'm not dissing cats.
Yeah,
I wouldn't dare.
Oh,
I always had big like Rottweilers and big dogs when I was little, so I never could have cats until we moved, and then I got a cat, and then the cat was mean and wouldn't let me pet it, and so I was sad. But now I have a beautiful, loving black cat, and I love her. So
did Joel Edmondson
that's another thing that scares me about cats. First time I got a cat, it would hate me.
Yeah, you got to get ones. There are some that are standoffish. Like it didn't want to be petted. It like ran away from me, and I'm like, I want an indoor cat now. But now Sable, she's so sweet. She's like too needy.
That's she's too needy. I've never owned a cat, but that's the thing about cats. And what Becky said is the reason I wouldn't want to own them. I don't dislike them. I don't have anything against them. Because if I'm going to have an animal and I'm going to feed and take care of you, don't snub me. Don't snub me. Because so that's why dogs are a lot more,
She used to we've had her for about 5 or 6 years now. And with my husband, I was the one feeding her and cleaning her litter. So she was attached to me. And my husband would go to pet her and she'd turn around wherever he petted her. She'd lick it like she was cleaning her off. But
that's funny.
But now he loves her. Now she loves him.
Insult.
Yeah, now she loves it. For the first couple of years, though, she like made him work for her love. Like I'm telling you.
That's hilarious. No, that's funny. Sorry, I'm back. Hello, I had to leave for a minute. Hang on, and I'll tell you what books. Yes, we want to know what books you got. That sounds like the beginning of Ghostbusters.
Oh, the ghost. And then do you want to catch up on comments and do a reading sprint?
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
She was talking about walking around the corner of the stack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Very, very much contributed to my dislike of libraries.
I love Ghostbusters.
Now I remember. Yeah. The 2 cozies I got today are both Anne Canadio. They're both in the Black Sheep and Company mystery series, Knit to Kill and Hound of the Basket Stitch. I ordered a bunch more cozies.
I want to try that series. It's on audiobook now too. It looks good. It's a knitting one. Yeah.
Hound of the Basket Stitch.
Yeah. There's a lot of good titles in that series.
Oh, why wasn't there somebody there? I know. I can't help it. So Becky, we never get to see Blues games, like St. Louis Blues hockey games, because we're obviously in Florida, and it's on TV today because the playoffs are going to be starting soon. So
and it has to be where the book club is.
Girlfriend, I get it. Scott's in the living room right now watching the Cardinals.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, yeah. There you go.
I never get to see Braves games because the baseball package we have, they don't give us the local games because they suck.
I am
so
being
anytime
very...
I actually get to see the Braves, I'm there. Just everybody else can bugger off.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's what I was going to say. I'm being very, very well behaved right now, comparatively to Because
Well, when we take our reading sprint, you could just watch it.
I will because
You're
it's
watching
the
the
third
St. Louis
period.
Blues. I'm surprised you haven't been screaming at the TV.
That's what I'm saying. I'm being very well behaved, but it's 3-3 in the third.
Oh wow.
With 13 minutes. So yes, when we do our reading sprint, I will be turning on the volume and muting myself. So just ignore if you see me,
And then when we come back from the sprint, you guys can talk about Death and a Budapest Butterfly.
I've always just ordered at the library, just pick up. Gotcha.
So she'd order it on the computer and then pick it up.
And then we'll go into the reading sprint. Does that sound okay, Cheryl?
Yeah.
Same here, Nancy. I'm always requesting more books than I can get to, always. I've been working on the book all day and loving it. It's coming together. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I'm really excited. I think that sounds like such an interesting premise. Me too at Nancy. I wrote a bunch of cozies online. I'm writing a cozy as well about a nanny to a 12-year-old kid who are the amateur sleuths. So like a team of nanny and a 12-year-old.
So she's a nanny and then the kid is helped. That's awesome. I haven't seen that before.
Interesting. That's interesting.
And then Becky and Scott are slowly working on one too, huh?
You are?
That's what they said, yeah.
I am. Scott,
just
Scott
you?
and I are writing a short story.
Oh, but you're working on the cozy. Okay.
But I'm working on a cozy, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. I knew you were writing together, but I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to leave for now. Bye, Nancy.
Bye, Nancy.
It's dinner time here, so I'll be back later if you continue with reading sprints. Got it. Bye, Nancy. Have a good day, Nancy. All right, we're caught up. Do you want to do 20 minutes, but we'll stop at 50? That would be 18 minutes. But I mean,
yeah, we can do 20 if you want to do 30. It's fine too. Whatever.
I'm good with whatever. Do you want to just stop? Okay, hold on. Do you want to just stop at 6?
Yeah. Do you want to can you do a 30, Becky, and then come back to chat for a little bit, or do you got to go?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to start dinner.
Okay.
It's 5:30 here.
But you and Tiffany can have a private chat about the book and you can and Discord.
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, so message each other out.
And I don't give like in terms of how I rate, I gave this one a 4. And I loved it, but I mean I gave the Budapest a 5. I mean I really liked it.
Yeah,
so you guys
it's one of the best cozy mysteries I've read.
Oh, wow. You guys can talk about it on Discord, or you can schedule a live on your channel for like a week or 2 out, and then we can all read it and do the live. So
I'm here for it.
Okay. Yes. Me too. We should do it that way so that you guys can join in. Yeah. Like, we'll plan a live for on Becky's channel in a few. Well, I don't know why it's on Becky's. I didn't mean it that way.
I don't need to guess. I don't need to guess. I'll be on the chat, but yeah, I'd love to see you guys talk about it. Oh, okay. I just I don't always have to be a part of everything. Okay. Well, I was just saying on Becky's channel because she's like, I need to talk about this book. Like she wants someone to talk about with her.
Yeah, no, and then everybody can read it. It could be like it can be our next buddy read, like Cleo Coyle. Okay,
so let's schedule it for like sometime in May, whatever works for you guys.
Yeah. I'm interviewing her May 15th. I'm interviewing her May 15th, so maybe if we can like.
Oh yeah, she's interviewing her.
Yeah. So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to read it by May 15th. Then, yeah.
May 15th. Yeah. So if you can get it done, maybe we can like chat it up or something like that. Yeah. I'm really excited about it.
So I'll have it read by May 15th, and then let's try to do a live, like the next
Fridays.
The 15th is on a Thursday. Oh, this is April.
I was going to say,
so that's a Saturday. So then let's chat about it on Becky's channel sometime the next week. So between the 16th and the 22nd, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everybody who wants to read it, it is I can't recommend it enough. Seriously.
Yeah. So for me, like if we do it throughout the week, anytime after like 6 o'clock, I'm here for it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't have to be a part of it if it works for everybody through the week. My hours during the week are crazy because I have to do groups at night with the kiddos since they're in school.
You can do Fridays, right?
Yeah, I can do Fridays because we don't do Friday night groups, but through the other part of the week with the kids in school, we don't start group until 6 p.m.
Can you do Fridays at 7 like we did last time?
Fridays is perfect. I get off at 4 on Fridays. We don't do night groups on Friday evening.
Okay, so let's do Friday, May 21st.
But if I'm just saying, if you guys had something going on and you need to do it through the week, I can always talk some other time.
Well, I want you to be in there.
Yeah, Friday at 7 is great for me.
Okay, me too.
So, all right, everybody. So, group read for Death in a Budapest Butterfly on spring notice. May 21st, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bookish Bryants. I'll put
everything about that one is good too. The cover is beautiful.
Yeah, and the names. I didn't know that was like a type of a teacup. You said, right? Death in a Budapest. Yeah, right? That's so cool.
I
had to look it up too.
The next book is like Death of a Wandering Wolf or Death of a Lone Wolf or something.
Yeah, and then there's the new one's like a lizard. So I was like, I was like, the titles are weird. I'm like, the titles are weird, but now that you said it, I was like, oh, that's cool.
The covers are just gorgeous.
They are really pretty, really pretty.
Yeah. So everybody in the chat, you have an assignment.
Yeah. Yes. So I'll put it on Discord and I'll private message you the info again so you guys don't forget the date and the time.
Yeah, it's called Death in a Budapest Butterfly by is it
Julia Buckley. Julia Buckley.
Yep.
Darn JBs. Julia Buckley.
I'll put the title and the dates and the times and the picture of the cover, guys, in Discord.
Yeah. Oh, Storm said she'd read it with us. Hi, Gisela. We are just getting ready to do a reading sprint, so you popped in at the perfect time. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you want to discuss the book and it's not a perfect time. But either way, we're coming back. We were just chatting it up because Becky's got to head out to fix dinner. So we wanted to get that all squared away.
Yep. So I'm going to head out. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
I want to say, though, don't you have a chat tonight?
Yes, at 7. That's why I'm going to have.
That's what I'm saying. Tell us about your chat so people can join that too.
Okay, so it might be the wrong crowd.
It's okay. I
probably won't because but yes.
I love hearing you talk. So
we're going to be talking about 11/22/63 by Stephen King. It's not a horror book.
Oh, well, then I can probably join.
There are no horror elements.
Good
elements to it at all. It's a surprisingly good book, like right up there with some of my favorite of his works. But we're going to be talking with everyone who reads It Must Converse and Scott Danielson because we all read the book together. So that's at 7:00 tonight on the Bookish Bryant's channel if you would like to come.
I'm going to put that in the chat. Bookish Bryant, 7 p.m. I might join that now that I know it's not a horror because that's what I was worried about. Was that the same book at one point you were really frustrated with?
No, I never got frustrated with that one. Actually, I read.
There was something else that you were. I was thinking you were saying about Stephen King, and it wasn't a horror, and so you were like,
"No, that was the Dark Tower series."
Oh, yeah. It was. Yes. Okay, I've never read Stephen King, but yes, now that you say that, I remember hearing that.
That is one of 2 books I have actually chucked across the room.
So we need to be off here by 7 your time. Okay. We have a schedule today.
Yes.
Luck.
All right. Bye, Becky. We'll see you later. Tell Scott we said hi.
Will do. Bye.
Bye. Okay.
All right. So let's start the reading sprint in 2 minutes. We will not forget Gisela's on. So she was going to be our timekeeper. Or it was Gisela. Maybe it was Lee. I'm not assigning you anything, Gisela. And then we'll read until the hour at 6. Does that sound good? It'd be a 20-minute sprint, but that way it's even because otherwise I get all.
And then we're off by 7. It'll be a little shorter one, this one, you guys, because we want to go watch the Bookish Bryant. So.
Yeah.
And we went way over last time. It was like 4 hours and 40 minutes or something.
Moly,
I could barely move the next day. Yes. I had to take like extra arthritis pills. Like
my gosh. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I had a blast.
This will be perfect because I'm just telling you, I'm not going to be sprinting. There are 8 minutes left. Tied game. I'm so excited.
All right. So we'll sprint right now. You want to write in?
Yep. Sprint till, I'm just going to put sprint till 6, even though, or is that confusing to you guys?
Just put till 00, because that's easier for everyone.
Yeah. I was going to say, because a lot of people, it's not 6 p.m.
Well, for me, it's 2:40. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just put ring till 00, and that way you know to come back on the hour.
Enjoy your game.
All right. Yes. Enjoy, everyone. Happy reading or gaming. How was your sprint, Cozy?
Good. I'm 70% in Booked for Death by Victoria Gilbert.
Awesome. Oh, you're 70% in. What are you thinking?
I like it. It's just a little different. Like there's a lot of characters to keep track of, but I like that her B&B is like book themed kind of with the events. Yeah.
I think her main character bothered me a little bit.
I like her, but yeah, I haven't felt connected to her. And then but I like her backstory and stuff, and about the finding out about her aunt or whatever is interesting. So the mystery part's interesting.
I think it was that that she was so unhappy. I didn't like
she's
that.
She's not that personable. Yeah.
And I thought, if I went to a B&B and she was the host,
yeah,
I would be like, I don't know. I don't know if that fits. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that.
Especially because it's called chapters and it's like book theme. I have book 2 on NetGalley. So I need to read book 1.
Yeah, no, I think
I'll be reading book 2 in May because I think it comes out in June, the NetGalley one, the arc.
And my sprint, I'm so happy. Blues won. And it was a really exciting last 8 minutes because we went on a penalty kill with 2 minutes left, up only by 1. And we ended up, our captain had a hat trick because he got an empty net. His third goal, he got an empty netter, but he had a hat trick. So it was like a super exciting 8 minutes.
So you got to see the ending of it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect timing. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if you need to I could just go through the comments if you need to watch some more.
I would have too. If there would have been, especially if we were on the PK. And
you're like, I'm in overtime, take over.
We were down by 1. I probably would have said, okay, we got to extend this reading sprint or something for just a couple minutes because I can't believe the only time we get to see the Blues and it just happened to be and they normally play late at night. So I cannot believe.
Yeah.
But anyways. I will read about. Okay, so she's talking about the Budapest.
I put all that in the Discord and the Buddy Reads channel, guys. All the info.
Cheryl, hello, Gisela. I'll request. Hopefully, it'll get here in time. Yes, Cheryl.
Oh yeah, during my sprint, I checked out the audiobook version. The ebook version has an 8-week wait, so I'm like, okay, so I gotta listen to that one.
Oh, this is just me saying the Bookish Bryants. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So we were tied and I was like, okay, you can unmute it now. And like 10 seconds later we scored. Gosh. And that's why I said, told you I'm magic, because last night somebody said something that I think it was you said something. And I was like,
yeah, see, I figured out how you do it. You could see who's online if you look over on the members in the Discord.
I will not reveal my secrets. A magician never reveals their secrets.
I don't know if it's because we're co-host and host, but yeah, we could see who's online on Discord.
Yay! Having fun. I know.
Yeah, everyone was watching you.
I was on my best behavior, and there was one time I didn't say a bad word, but I said, I don't know, maybe, and I was like, oh, and I'm never like that unless I'm watching hockey. That I was not kind of joking when like I am the nicest person until you watch a hockey game with me. That's kind of true. I'm trying to download something from the government and it isn't working. I'm gonna read instead. Yeah, well, I believe. Yeah. Bad guys on a power play. Yeah, power play with 2 minutes left. It's stressful watching Tiffany watch hockey. I was laughing at that earlier. 3 minutes left. They were down by 1.
At least funny.
I know. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Sophia. I'm like, I read this. I read this to my husband because he was sitting next to me watching the game too. And I was like, that's hilarious. I wish I could lip read. No, but I knew that I was on camera, so I was really, really good. I'm sorry, Storm. And we can't see her full facial expressions with the comment bar. She should have put the camera on the game so we. I
think it would have been flagged for copyright.
I honestly thought that at one point that I would do like because I mean, when I say I'm really into I'm really into hockey. I honestly thought about doing a hockey channel at one point. Even like,
oh wow,
like when I was thinking about doing the book channel, there was points where I was like, because like for people who play like fantasy hockey, kind of like fantasy football, but like I'm really into,
you play fantasy. You play fantasy hockey too. Oh wow. Yeah.
Not officially, but like we always, yeah. So I was like, yeah, yes. Could have been a technically time with the NHL. Oh my gosh, you guys are cracking me up. I have 4% left in my book.
What are you reading again, Cheryl? Are you reading the Cleo Coyle? Or are you reading something else?
Nice, Carrie. Carrie said she got 2 chapters read.
What are you reading, Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie, tell us what you're currently reading. Cheryl said, sounds like you're into hockey like I'm into football. Tell me who you like in football. We used to be also really into football, but because I lived in St. Louis, we were Rams fans, and we had season tickets to the Rams. We were really big into both at that time, football and hockey. But when the Rams left St. Louis, we kind of just had a bad taste, and there's nothing wrong with football. So Cheryl said yes, she's reading the Cleo Coyle.
Okay.
Oh, she's reading Maddie Day's Murder on Cape Cod. Have you read anything else by Maddie Day? Because I love her Country Store series.
Her Country Store is great, yeah. And then the Murder on Cape Cod, that's in our subscriber pick TBR box, so we could get to that one. That's on both our radars.
I think it's June, right?
Or July, June pick a subscriber next month. Yeah, if anybody has it, we're getting lots of good suggestions in here.
Cheryl said Green Bay Packers every day, all day. I'll tell you, Cheryl, I just mentioned that's the TBR or the book club.
Book club subscriber box.
Awesome. Cheryl said Green Bay Packers. I will tell you, Cheryl, I'd said that we had season tickets to the Rams. We had season tickets for, I think it was 9 years, something like that.
Oh, wow.
And by far and large, no contest, Green Bay fans were the nicest fans in the NFL. And even more surprising that they were the nicest fans is because they were actually fans from Green Bay, because Cheryl probably knows this, and some of you guys may, but Green Bay, the fans own the stadium and own their tickets.
Oh.
So like you can pass your tickets like in a will in Green Bay. So it is very hard to get tickets to Lambeau Field. So they will travel by buses and buses. And St. Louis was close enough that they would bring down bus after bus. Nicest people in the world. Like, I'm talking nice, like they would sack our quarterback. And at that time it was like Trent Green. And, Trent Green had so many concussions that you were worried about him like dying on the field. And they would sack him. They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry we hit him so hard. We don't need to do that. And like, I'm like, it's football. Not that we want to see him get hurt, obviously, but they were just the nicest people. So I agree. If I wasn't a Rams, and now I don't like the Rams in LA, so I guess I am a Green Bay fan.
Oh yeah, the
Barry Bones. Yeah. That's the
Delaney. Yeah. And then you were talking about what is BookTube spin.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the second time. The first time it happened in like January. So this guy, I think he's the creator, Rick McDonald. He has a channel. I linked it in the Discord. He put out the video for number 2. So basically, you take a list of 20 books you want to read, and so it can be any 20 books. And on the 28th, on his channel, he's going to spin a virtual wheel. Whatever number it lands on, everybody has to read that book. So the reason why you make your list public, like you either put it on your channel, we're putting it on Discord, you can put it on Goodreads, is so you can't change your mind and be like, oh, I don't want to read number 12 or whatever, then cross it out. But yeah, so you got to stick, but you have 2 months to read it, so it's not like a big time crunch. And it's just for fun. So he's doing on the 28th, and he says to read your book by June 30th.
And what is today's date? The
Today's the 24th, so you got until the 20th. I don't know what time he's doing it on his channel.
I still have time to
get your list together.
My list of 20. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like so. Sophia has her list. I put my list. Storm's working on hers. Lee put her list on there.
Oh, you put it on the Discord?
Yeah, I made an own channel for it today or yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I put my list. Cheryl's working on her list. She just added it. So there's Cheryl's list. So we got a couple of people joining. It's fun, like a fun way for everybody it's like you're reading the same book, but you're not. Everybody's reading the same number. Last time he picked one, I read it. Last time I ended up reading the Vampire Knitting Club #2. Whatever. I forget what number he landed on last time.
And what is his name again?
Rick McDonald.
Is that his channel name?
Yeah. If you just search BookTube Spin #2, you should find him, or just BookTube Spin.
Okay. Yeah. I saw, like I said, I saw Lizzie Faye's thing. I thought she was doing a spin because it just said book spin #2. And I'm like, I don't know what she's doing. What is Lizzie up to? How did I miss this? Because I think I've watched all of Elizabeth's pack videos.
Yeah, it was her response video. And she's trying to finish up book #1 from #1. She's like, I'm not done with it because hers turned out being a print book instead of audio. So she's a slower reader. And I did really good. I picked all series that I'm continuing that I want to read. I put one new series. And then I put one reread. I want to reread the Magical Cupcake Shop by Bailey Cates, whatever that one is, because I read the first 3 books in like 2014, and I wasn't really a cozy reader back then. And I remember thinking they were just blah and like everybody loved them. So I want to start that series over again. So even if I don't get chosen on the reread, I'm going to reread those first 3.
I think that's one that I thought was way too paranormal for me.
Yeah, I remember people rave about it, and I'm just like, I was like, man, but I looked and I read it so long ago. I'm like, I don't remember a thing about it. I'm going to try it again now that my tastes have changed and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and if you're really into paranormal, you would love it. I think it's that one because it's a bake shop magical one that.
Yeah, she's
I loved it.
Some type of witch.
And I was really into it. And then the last half of the book, or maybe not whole half, but last quarter of the book, it really went because I think it was one where she didn't know she was a witch and found out she was a witch. And then, but when they were explaining it all to her, it got way too paranormally. And I'm like, okay.
I got through 3 books.
Then, I get it. You would love it.
I got through 3 books, and on the 3rd book I put, I'm not going to finish the series. I don't connect to the characters. So I'm like, oh no. But I don't remember a thing about it, and I want to give it a try. I won't write off a series now unless I despise it. So,
gotcha. It's very popular.
Yeah,
that's very popular.
And that's why I want to try it because in 2014 I wasn't a cozy reader. I was a dabbler, and so my tastes have changed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I want to reread the now that they're on audiobook. I think maybe the first 2 are on audiobook. The Julia Buckley Undercover Dish. I want to reread those because it's been a long time since I had read them. So I want to reread those just for fun.
Which ones?
The Undercover Dish. Now that they're on audiobook.
My problem is, unless it's for something like a challenge, I don't want to reread much. Only because there's so many that I haven't read, let alone getting to a reread.
I know. I feel like that too, but I'm like, I gotta make time to reread some for a couple that I like or some that I want to retry. But I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, there's so many I want to read. I don't have time, but.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many, even that I have going. I bet you I have over 100 series going.
I know. I want you to get back to some series. I keep seeing you start new ones. I'm like, keep going back.
I know.
But it's the author interviews. And I want to I was going to put your author interviews for you on the Discord. I didn't know if you forgot, but I didn't want to be taking over. But because we want to know what authors you're doing and when so we can have time to read the books.
Oh, yeah. I just, you know what, I forgot. So, tomorrow I am interviewing Catherine Bruns, who writes the Cookies and Chance, which is a really good series. And she is the author of Penne Dreadful, our cozy mystery knockout winner from April.
I'm kind of I wonder how you feel about reading her now that we kind of we didn't criticize her, but we did criticize her book, but we had a very thoughtful discussion because we thought it was lots of books in one and too much for one book. So I don't know. Are you kind of nervous to talk to her about it? Are you going to share your feelings or?
I don't know if I will, because we never go into that much detail about the, I mean, I usually always have them give a synopsis about their books and I'll say I've read it and I did enjoy it. So I'll probably
we both liked it. Yeah.
But we normally don't go into, the author interview never really gets too in depth into the actual books. It's not like book club like here where we talked about, you know what I mean? So I don't know that it's.
But you could say that we read it against another book that was culinary and it won. Like you could say that show like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have 100 cozy. See, me too.
Yeah. Me too. I'm having everybody's getting inspired and making their cozy series list, which is awesome. I want to see that.
I can't tell you how many that like.
You said you haven't even updated your Goodreads all the way.
Well, here's the thing. It's not that I don't up my Goodreads. I must just forget because I will go and it's a book I 100% know I read.
And it's not on there.
I won't have it marked. And I'm like, so
and I was when you used to read out of
she
order,
said that.
You used to read out of order, so it's even harder because you're like, what number was this that I read?
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, yeah. Yes, I have. And what I was going to say about not only do I have probably over 100 series going, like you just said, Storm, but when I started doing my spotlights, especially, I would be like, oh yeah, I'm like, I've read these, I've read a lot of them, and then I'm like, I'll look at how many there are, and I'm like, okay, I've read 4, and that's a lot, but there's
19, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm like, holy.
Somebody said in the Discord, I think it was Breezy. She's like, oh yeah, I read the first Camper's book. It was good, and I'm like, did you continue the series? And then I was like, and then Storm's like, there's like 18 or 19. She didn't know that it was. She thought there was 1. I was like, no, she's written that many in like 3 years. Since like 2018 or something. It's crazy.
I really want to get back to that series, but I feel like I need to get caught up as much as I can for some of the author interviews that are further out that I have time to do. Like I should have time to read all of the Hungarian Tea and all of the Writer's Apprentice by the time I get to Julia Buckley. So I feel like I should, but I'm like, oh, I really want to get back to the Camper series and I really want to read
Libby and the Libby Klein one. I've been wanting to read that one forever.
I checked that one out. That's going to be my next read. I'm reading a romance right now. As soon as I finish that, I'm going to read the first book in the Libby Klein series, only because I know Dina is interviewing her on the 16th day.
Which I'm happy you're reading that one because now I could read it because I've been thinking about that for a long time. So
yeah. And then I want to read the first one and then I'm going to try to get caught up on the Julia Buckley. But the other series Amanda Flowers is coming out the 27th, the newest Amish candy shop. And I have to read that one.
My Libby has a pre-op on it and it's already so many people have requested. Let me tell you, it's hilarious.
Oh gosh, I so want to read that one. Hello, Nancy. I'm glad you're back from dinner. Please tell us what you had. What did you fix for dinner? I'm not sure how many series I've got going. Yeah, Cheryl. I don't know an exact number. It's just I know it's.
They ordered 3 copies of the ebook. There's 5-week wait. That's not that bad. And then the audiobook. But they ordered 3 copies, so that's good. And then the audiobook has a 10-week wait for people.
My goodness.
So people are excited about that at my local library.
It's nice to know I'm not the only one. Oh gosh, no. I'm going back to the Camper. Yes, criminal meat. I hope I better get back to it.
I'm starting it in May.
Yes. How do you do 2 libraries on Hoopla, or do you do? I just use separate emails and I sign out and sign back in with a different email.
That's annoying. I don't want to have to sign out, so I have 2 devices. So I have one on one and I have one on the other.
I just sign out.
Neighbors mowing the lawn.
We can't hear it, or I can't. Meatloaf.
Yum.
Yeah, I like meatloaf.
I'm making cornbread and chili.
Ooh.
I'm going in the crock pot.
Yum. They are quick. Yes, they are quick listens.
Yeah.
I agree.
They have the first 3 in a bundle on Hoopla, so I get 3 for 1 credit. Woohoo.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. They are so good. Oh my gosh, I love them. They are really becoming probably one of my favorite series.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. They really are. I don't mind signing. Yeah, I don't mind signing out too. Are there any basketball fans here so I can adopt a team? I am not. I love watching it, but never had a team sport. I've never seen, I don't know if I've ever watched a single basketball game from start to finish.
The only thing I've ever watched is football because my grandpa would watch football. And as a kid, I liked the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know why. But I've never been a sports fan. I don't know anything about it. My husband isn't either. So I have no clue. But I like when people get really excited about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Check if there are 4 to 6 in a bundle. They were on Audible.
I think there might be too. I still have 19 credits to use, guys, by the end of the month. I'm waiting till like the last day and I'm going to get 19.
Me too. I have 12 left, but I'm like, I am waiting until the day before the last day in April. And then I'm checking. So I get
I'm doing it on the 29th too, because I was like, I don't want to do on the 30th in case they're using the Eastern time zone. And I get like,
That's exactly what I thought. I was going to do it the day before the last day,
because we don't know if it starts at midnight or what.
For positively, because I don't want any problems, but I want as much time as I can get. I'm on gluten-free and low carb, so we do mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. You know what I like even better? Just me. I like mashed turnips even better. But turnips are one of my favorite vegetables.
I've seen you guys talking about. I think I might have had them, but I don't know what it really tastes like.
Oh my God, I love.
What's it similar to?
Turnips. Potato, kind of.
Oh, okay, I love potato. They only have 1 through 3 on Audible, but they have all the rest singular, and then they have a lot on my Libby too. So I don't have to waste credits on that if I can get on Libby. And Tanya Kappas has a hidden series on Hoopla. They only show the first book in her mail carrier series stamped out. Those ones are fun too. And it's like really short. The first book's like 3 hours and 53 minutes. But it shows they only have 1. But if you click on the mail carrier series part, then 1 through 3 pops up. I've noticed Hoopla has hidden series on stuff. It's weird.
They do. And I always now, like if I search an author and they say no matches, I always search one of the titles, because a lot of times it'll be, or like Wanda Brunstetter, the Amish author. Some of her books would come up under Wanda Brunstetter, but there was way more if you put Wanda E. Brunstetter, because she had her middle name.
And then it will say like the author has 4 books, but then you click on something else and then the whole series is there. And so it's like they're tricky. They try to hide stuff.
So play around with your Hoopla if you haven't.
And always heart it when you find something so you can come back to it later. Like I have like hundreds hearted on my favorites.
Me too, Nancy. I mean, that's really the main reason that sold me on the Miami-Dade, because I agree with Cozy, especially because there's 47 branches. I thought the Libby would be a lot more extensive. Yeah. It does have a ton of romances, though. I'll say that.
Yeah. See, so like, and you get one or the other. Yeah. But for cozies, I thought it had more. Luckily, I'm really happy my local library has a lot of ebook cozies, because that's how I get my ebooks, is my local library.
Yeah, because with 47 branches, you would think that there would be more. I was surprised.
But I'm glad they have romance.
Yeah, they have a ton of romance. The one I'm reading is almost 12 hours.
Oh, is it the Cleo Coils? Almost 12 hours? Wow.
Oh, yeah. She said they keep getting longer. Instant access.
Yeah. For Hoopla.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Gisela said, great minds think alike. We like mashed turnips more than cauliflower too. I love cauliflower, and I like cauliflower any way you cook it. So I like mashed cauliflower, but I just think mashed turnips taste almost even more like, to me.
And do you just boil the turnips and like mash them?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to roast them or anything.
But I do love roasted turnips. Okay. Turnips are really one of my favorite vegetables.
They're like the long, like whitish, yellowish root vegetable, right?
No, they're like white and round, and they have some purple on them.
Oh, I thought those were like rutabaga or something. Those are
rutabaga is big and brown.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think maybe parsnips is what you're thinking of.
I might be thinking of parsnips. I used to be very picky with vegetables. As an adult, I had to teach myself to like more and more. So some of them I don't know like exactly what they are.
I didn't know what some of them are either because my parents they always made us eat a vegetable, but it was very basic, like broccoli.
Yeah, same.
Corn.
And if I was like, if I'm like, I don't want it, they're like, okay. So then like, and my parents divorced young. So like I had like, as an adult, I made myself like more stuff and I'm willing to try anything, but I've been kind of hesitant to try some of the ones that look weird at the grocery store. So I'll give turnips a try for sure.
Yeah, they're really good. They always, like I said, always made us eat a vegetable, always had a vegetable, but it was very basic. It was broccoli, corn, potato, like
broccoli, carrots,
carrots, tomato, that sort. But I would have never have tried a turnip growing up, a beet, radishes.
I don't like beets. I tried beets and it tastes like dirt. I don't like those.
I like beets. Yeah. Leeks. I didn't know what leeks were. I thought they were big onions.
Yeah,
they look like them.
They do. I don't know if I've ever tried a leek.
The only way I've ever had them is a like potato leek soup, and it's good.
I think I've had it in a soup.
Yeah. I have a great mashed cauliflower recipe with heavy cream, sour cream, cream cheese. Oh my goodness!
I made a loaded mashed cauliflower. I made a loaded mashed cauliflower recipe before, and it tasted like potato. Like you wouldn't have even. It's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. Anything with cream cheese, and I'm sold.
Same.
So, also search the series. Yeah, good point, Nancy.
Yeah, don't give up on Hoopla until you've searched author, series, and title. And double check your spelling because they don't like offer you any suggestions or anything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. If somebody misspelled it too, I've had it come up different ways too. So
someone said an author's name. Someone said an author's name was completely misspelled on there. I forget who it was.
I mean, seriously, I've had stuff come up like that. Lee said the same thing. Dreaming in the garden, if you don't have, I hope that you have. Hoopla is so good. And again, I think what, I don't remember who said, but instant access is amazing. Clear foil didn't come up, but yeah, exactly, Nancy. Yep. I learned that early, marking it as a favorite. Exactly. Yes. Nancy said, I love turnips too. I love them. Storm said, I like pickled beets, but that is the only way. I like them pickled, roasted. Yeah, I like them. I introduced salad to my daughter when she was I'm assuming really young. And to this day, she loves salad. Gotcha. I love salad too. Cheryl, me too. Oh, she added young afterwards. Gotcha. Unfortunately, Hoopla just dropped the first 3 in the coffee house. Oh,
like they took them off. I heard they do that sometimes.
Ooh, Sophia, I love salad with feta cheese and olives. Yes. Me too.
Audible Plus, Nancy, Audible Plus has a lot of the Coffee House series, and it's $7.99 a month for that.
Nice.
I don't know how many they have. They have a lot of them.
I think Storm and I were talking about this because her garden is really, really extensive. I think I don't know that there's a single veggie I don't like. And the only fruit that I can think of is I do not like kumquats and I do not like dragon fruit. But vegetable, I don't know that there's a single vegetable I can think of that I don't like.
I think mine with vegetables is either I haven't tried it or it's the way it's prepared. Like I've noticed that I love pretty much anything roasted. Like it brings out the flavor and I really like it. But like green beans, like out of the can is absolutely disgusting. But like fresh green beans roasted or sauteed is delicious. So like the way you prepare stuff is I like way more. And like I can't eat. I'm so sad that I don't like baby carrots raw, but I love carrots cooked. So
yeah,
it's just like the way it's prepared for me.
Yeah, I like both raw and cooked, but yeah, my parents are that way, which is really funny. I mean, my dad's deceased now, but my mother and him, my mom, I don't remember who's who, but one of them only liked them raw and one of them only liked them cooked. That's funny. They are on KU as well, she said. Audible Plus. Sorry, Ro just said it. Gotcha, Lee. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that either.
Oh, I love okra.
It's slimy.
Oh, my God. I love okra. I like it breaded and fried, but I also like it in soup. But I do agree it can get slimy. Yeah. Yep.
No bad. Daddy's gone. She's like, where's? She's looking for my husband.
Yes, salad with olives. If you guys watched my fact video, I said I like any kind of olive. I do.
And I only like olives on pizza.
Oh my God, I love olives. And when they have like an olive, oh my gosh, I love olives. I totally agree with Ro on the roasted vegetables. I think I roast that's how I prefer my vegetables, is roast them. I just roast them on a big baking sheet.
Yeah.
And I'll combine it, Brussels sprouts, carrots, whatever I have.
And then Sophia says she doesn't like, I love roasted Brussels sprouts. But like, that's the only way. Like steamed, they get gross, but like roast, they taste like cabbage to me. Like,
she just said I don't. Oh my gosh, I love Brussels.
I love.
Okay.
That's like one of my favorite. Yeah.
Me too. I like them roasted, but the other way is I like to cook them in a skillet with water and then take balsamic vinegar and honey and minced garlic and mix that up and dump it in while before they're still getting soft, because it'll caramelize.
I was gonna say they get a little crispy. Oh,
yes,
sounds good.
So they still like firm up, and everything.
I've been hesitant to cook with balsamic vinegar because I heard like how much, like a tiny bit, right?
Wait, what did you say?
I said I've been hesitant to cook with balsamic vinegar because it's really strong, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's vinegar. Yeah.
So you
don't need much. You don't need much. And then, like I said, I just mix honey, and I just do it until I taste it how I want it to taste, because I mix honey, balsamic vinegar, and minced garlic. And then, like I said, I add it pretty early so it caramelizes them. Oh my gosh, it's good.
That sounds really good.
Nancy said slimy. Cheryl said I don't do Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I love Brussels sprouts. Greek salad. Yeah, me too. Anything you can chew and swallow. Lee, that sounds yummy. I don't know what she's referring to, but okay. I mean, I don't know what Lee was.
Or her putting olives in her Spanish rice.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see that, but I love olive. I'm gonna try that next time.
Yeah, you got distracted by the olive part. You didn't finish the sentence.
I did. I got distracted by the olives. Oh my gosh, I love them. I love Brussels sprouts anyway. I was just going to say, and fry them. Oh yeah. Try it. Yes. Oh wow, Lee. Great minds think alike, Lee.
I've basically had to teach myself to cook because my parents split up early, and like my dad didn't know how to cook, and then so like I lived with my dad, so I had to like teach myself. And so like even though I'm 33, I'm still learning stuff because I'll make the same stuff over and over and over. So awesome. Yeah, I'll look up some recipes for that.
Oh, Lee's husband owns what kind of food do y'all make? Tell us. Balsamic glazes. Yes. So after Lee tells us, I think, do you want to wrap up so people had time to,
so we don't have to rush to the live.
Something in between. If you're coming in late or you were, hopping out or something like that, the Bookish Bryants are doing a discussion of a Stephen King. And yes, I am attending. It's apparently not, from what I've been told.
It's not a horror.
I'm holding Becky to this. It's not scary.
Well, I think it has something to do with the JFK assassination because that's the date of it, but I don't know whatever else that it's about. It's a long book. It's really big. But I just love hearing the Bookish Bryants talk, so I don't care what they're talking about.
The thing is, it's not even just how they talk. It's like their connection is so fun to watch.
When we got to be a part of that live, they're bickering. I love it.
Yes, when they bicker or even the banter between, I just love it. I absolutely love them. Oh, Italian and Spanish food. Yum, yum, yum. Yum.
Yeah, those are my two favorites. Well, and Chinese.
My favorites. I like
Well, you said Indian. I've never tried it.
Indian and Chinese are probably my favorite. I don't know.
I'm not picky with food, but I'm very, just like with everything else in my life, I have routines. So I tend to eat the same things over and over, and I'm hesitant to try stuff. I will try stuff if other people give it to me, but if I'm making it myself, I'm hesitant to cook it because I don't know how to do it. I love spinach.
Do you like cream spinach?
I don't know if I've had it. Cream spinach.
Okay. Well, because one of my favorite Indian dishes is a vegetarian dish that is just like their form of cream spinach, and then you eat it with like the
naan bread.
I love
that bread. I've had that bread.
You eat it with the garlic naan bread. It's amazing. And I like a lot of other Indian food, but yeah.
I used to be vegetarian for like a little over a year, and I just stopped because it was too hard to cook for my husband as a meat eater. And like I got to the point where it was making me nauseous to smell. And I'm like, whatever. But I'm very picky about my meat. I don't eat much meat anyways. But yeah. So I love vegetarian dishes. So
yeah. And that's how I found out too. I was a vegetarian from like 17 to 31.
Oh, wow. So very long
all
time.
through college. And then, till about 31, 32-ish,
Wow.
maybe even 33, early 30s, I started eating. And then I only ate chicken and fish for another couple years.
Oh, wow.
And then I kept having problems with nutrients. And so I kept adding more. Even the interesting thing is I never had a problem for all those years. And then it just like, bam.
Yeah.
And no matter what we did. And so now I've added everything back in, but I'm still very like you. I'm very picky, and I tend to just eat chicken. I mean, almost all the time, but I do eat everything now.
I have to eat meat if it's in something else. So like I can't eat just like steak by itself, but I can eat like a burger or a burrito or a taco. Like, if the meat's in something, but if you ask me to cut a piece of chicken and just eat a bite of chicken by itself, no, I have to have something with it. Like I can't eat meat by itself. I'm really weird like that.
And the other thing that I'm really weird about, I'm the same way with you, and I can't eat anything on a bone.
Oh, no.
I can't eat anything on a bone. And the other thing I'm really weird about is fresh chicken, or I really still, I'll only basically cook chicken. And again, I'll eat anything, but I don't. My husband has to cut it up. I cannot cut up raw meat. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's so gross. It's so gross. Especially when you're vegetarian, you can like smell the blood. It's so weird.
Oh God. Oh gosh. See, I can't.
Yeah.
I own that book of Kings and I haven't read it, so not sure. Gotcha, Nancy. I might pop in. I'm just popping in to support them. And like I said, I love hearing them together.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, yeah. Everybody's stopping. Yumly. I know. Spanish and Italian. I'm so jealous.
Ooh, she's ordering Chinese.
Oh, who's ordering Chinese?
Lee.
Yum. It's so good. No wonder. I know. Yes. Oh, now I got it. We have spinach tonight. I love spinach.
I like it raw more than cooked,
really
surprisingly.
Hungry again with all this stuff. Sorry, Sophia. Our bad. I could easily be vegetarian. I'm sure. Yeah. I was telling her, what age did I start eating meat again, Kevin? I said 31 was my guess.
Oh yeah, I told you. I'm like, you're gonna be 41 this year, Tiffany.
I know, and I was like, okay, well, I will remember that for maybe a couple weeks, and then, no joke, by my birthday, I will have to do the math. Maybe not even that.
Yours is easy because you're born in 80, so it should be easy. But the August thing, that's why my birthday's in January. I love have a birthday in January because I'm that year all year long. Like you don't have to worry about figuring out the month. And
I guess the thing for one, I think once you hit certain ages, like I don't care about my age.
Yeah.
And even like our wedding anniversary, I was like, oh my gosh, Kevin, I think I said that our number of years was wrong. I know the date that we got married. I used to get that mixed up only because we got married. Oh my God. November 6th, 2007. So I would mix up November 7th, 2006 or November 6th, 2007. But, it's just after so much time. But I also feel like the quarantine has been like 6 years long. So I feel like we aged dog years for 1 year of quarantine. So I'm like, am I 41 or am I 48? I don't even know what this is.
And we still celebrate our like dating anniversary and our wedding anniversary. Good. So like May 1st. So next Saturday will be our 2007. So what, like 14-year anniversary that we started together? Because we were married like 3.5 years before we got together. So I still count it. I'm sure we'll drop it at some point. And then we're still gonna do the live because it's just any other day. We're gonna get dinner and then we'll watch a movie after the live.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
Okay. I was a vegan for 3 years a few years ago, but not anymore. Gotcha. I don't think I could do that.
No,
vegetarian I could easily go back to because I don't care about the meat.
I love cheese.
Y'all, if you saw my video there too, I was like, I love cheese.
I can live on cheese and bread. Like.
if I went to it, that would be my downfall. If you go to some of those countries that serve like just the bread and cheese and fruit, I would.
Yep.
And wine, I don't know. I wouldn't leave, and it would be it would be bad. Cheese is, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys say mince.
You mean minced beef or something else? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll watch this one girl I watch does UK grocery hauls, and so she'll say mince. Yeah.
That means ground?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Lee said yes, minced. Okay. I've never heard that. I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't do, One of my coworkers, she's all over the place in her career, and she's going back to school to be a funeral director, and she knows that I cannot handle anything like that, and she will come in and now she's gone, but her last day was a few weeks ago, I guess now, but she'd be like, Tiffany, I had to watch a embalming, and she's like, you had to fight, and I'm like, stop it now, please.
I know we need that as a profession, and I'm thankful for everyone that does it, but I don't know how anybody would want to do that job.
And then she went on her first date in like 10 years, and it was the guy who transports the bodies, and I was like, what are you? And she's like, well, somebody has to, and I was like, I don't care. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, because he has to like actually like, I guess, like move them and stuff. I mean, they're in a bag. I assume they're in a bag. But I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, what if he goes to hold your hand? And she said, well, he washes his hand. I'm like, she said, well, he washes his hand. I said, ain't no disinfectant. Yeah. Good. Nope.
Yeah, to them, it's just every other day. But to us, it's like, how could you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. She's so funny because when she first started class, she said to me, she goes, did you know that they put bra and underwear on dead people? I said, well, I've never thought about it. I don't, it never even, she's like, I just thought, why bother? I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's not something I've ever thought about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you, Lee. Okay, now we'll get through I promise we'll get through the comments and then we'll go. Nancy, I love Doc Martin. I've seen a few of those and I also enjoy Doc Martin. Me Too, Storm, one of my favorite series, doing season 10. Oh, next year. Gotcha. I got you, Sophia. I'm loving all my UK clients because I'm learning all the different terms. I just taught someone French. I didn't know that. Interesting. I have a book called I need that too, Sophia. Yeah, in love with cheese. Oh yeah, couldn't do without the cheese. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, I'm so jealous of you. She's got the good stuff. Like, she got the good stuff sounds bad, but oh my goodness.
She's like, I'll hook you up.
Even worse sounding. It's the hardcore London slang that gets me, but I like learning. Yeah. Oh, I love cheese. Me too. I've never met a cheese I didn't love.
I don't like the stinky or like the real.
I do. Mm-mm. Yep, I do. I don't know all the slang. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so we are to the last comment. Guys, thank you. I had so much fun.
It was.
Our first book club of the Killing Time with Cozies book club. We will be doing our next read. It's Death Becomes Her by Nancy Coco. And it will be the last Saturday in May.
No, the fourth Saturday, because there's 5 Saturdays, but we're not going to switch it up.
Oh.
So
don't listen to me. I'm wrong.
So the 22nd, May 22nd, but then our knockout books are May 15th.
All right. So May 22nd. Do not listen. It is not the last Saturday.
Well, I asked you and you're like, no, it will mess us up. So
it will. Yeah.
We're going to have a free week on the last week.
Sounds good. All right, guys. If you're going to the Bookish Bryants, about 15 minutes if you're enjoying them. Thank you all. Yes, Sophia, see you on the Discord. Good night, ladies. Great discussion. Thank you. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.